Welcome everybody to Monsters and Madness, a Dungeons & Dragons podcast featuring some of the members and friends of the Hawk Cleaver Community. If you're enjoying the podcast, then please don't forget to head on over to hawkandcleaver.com, where you can find an amazing community of creators and content, including novels, short stories, comics, podcasts, and merchandise. So, without further ado, let's dive into this week's episode.
Since we left off, you guys have successfully brought peace back to Russellton. There was goblins that had started taking everybody's jobs and kind of running the city itself. But you managed to track them down. You managed to kind of pull the wool over their eyes with a fake meetup to try and get some more information on their boss. And although there were some losses and some casualties, you have successfully ridded Russellton of the goblin problem.
Yes.
With that, you guys started to make preparations and progress in getting all the people that were captured and in the kind of underground caves back up into the city. And with that, we kind of go back and we dive pretty much straight back into it. So maybe 1 or 2 days has passed since your big heroic victory, with Chen, the Tabaxi, accidentally getting slaughtered in the process. Her cleric friend and her warforged friend, Kenacha and Amit, have decided that they're going to pack up and start heading out. Before they obviously go, of course, they thank you for what you did and for being braver than they were and stronger than they were. The other guys that were still there, the drow wizard Malaquis, and the little gnome in the grass skirt Brock, and the completely alopecia guy John, are still out and about. They are still in the tavern. They haven't decided to pack up and leave yet. Now that things are going to get started back to normal, I think they're going to stick around to see what happens like you guys. Hendrik's broken leg has been healed up by Kenacha before she left. He's still hobbling a little bit. It's still, although it is a magical fix, it's still a little bit tender, and he has started to make preparations in repairing his roof, which was a little bit scorched during the chaos. But apart from that, a couple of days have passed. Hendrik, the barman, has given you free lodgings until you feel like you need to push on or leave town.
Free beer as well, or no beer?
He was thankful, but he don't love you.
After the poor prices we gave him for the last drinks.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
So happy to pour money into the local economy, I guess. I mean, there's probably goblin and hobgoblin damage to many of the shop fronts around town that need to be repaired. So that's fine.
Well, and maybe
I paid my 5 silver, so that's fine for that shop.
I was going to say, is that included or not including the damage that you guys did?
I mean, a lot of people were damaging a lot of things. I mean, who was really on the street to take an inventory of these things? Probably better just to move on.
Exactly. Okay. So it is a fresh and clean new morning as you guys kind of head down from the kind of first floor of the tavern, the Winged Horse.
I would like to go find the Oaks. This is a mystery that is leaving a hole in my very soul. They gave us such fine gifts, or gave one of us a gift. Not looking at you, Mr. Hammerhand. And I want to see where they are. Do they have a shop here like they told us they do? Are they gone?
Did we not have this conversation though? Were they not leaving Russellton, or maybe they never arrived in Russellton?
I don't know, but it's killing me.
Don't we have a ripped poster that shows half of an elvish person's face? Now, I'm not wishing to generalise here, but weren't they quite elven folk? Maybe they can help us identify them if you run into them. DM, can you remind us, do we have the top or bottom half of this wanted poster?
Jesus Christ.
I have no
Is that
memory
who
of
it
this.
is?
It was
He
the
gets
top.
around.
It was the top because it was the very distinctive kind of quite pointed eyes and just the tips of the ears.
The elfy ears, that's right. You don't recognise elves by their chin? What a silly question.
That's dwarves. You recognise dwarves by their chins.
I mean,
They're usually covered in hair.
I'm going to push you guys one way or
Case
the
in
other.
point.
I'm just saying that's still on my mind.
Okay.
Maybe we can find like a yellow pages, or because of the world we live in, maybe all paper is slightly yellow. But,
I think why don't we go out and look at the notice board that's outside? The
Just-
oaks. There might be something there that might.
you guys good for breakfast before we go? Just wave morning to John, not John, Hendrik.
Yeah, put in an order.
Put in an order, check the notes board, get the quest, get the food. Let's do it.
All right. He will. He's already got some stuff going, just in case people start coming in. Quite simple. Some bacon, some eggs. You probably can whip up a coffee as well.
It's good. Hearty adventuring
Nice.
food. Most important meal of the day.
What
Should we
kind
go
of
check
what kind of coffee can you do?
Decaf, please.
You don't have no decaf. It's probably it's just probably black coffee.
Okay.
And
Soy-
you
soy
might
milk.
be able to find some milk.
Yeah, what types of milk do you have?
Hold the phone. Lucy's getting flashbacks to work now.
Yeah, can you? Yeah, now I can. Yeah, now I can start going into proper milk-related details. Like I really wanted this campaign to go.
If only I could relate this more to my regular life.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right, should we
Brace
nip
yourselves,
out
because
while-
I'm going to go into a detailed 5-minute discussion of how this barman makes your coffee.
Perfect.
No, it is a cup of mud. It is just brown liquid.
That's
Wonderful.
fine. That's fine.
While the bacon, make sure it's absolutely burnt to a crisp. The best way to enjoy it. Shall we go and check the notice board?
Yeah.
Yes.
Or Prex, you can just shout the oaks as we walk around. You can
Oaks. I'll just throw in my voice.
send the unseen servant
I
out.
sent the unseen servant.
To
I
go look
remembered his
for-
name. It was so good.
Look for an oaks tailor
It was
shop.
Ian Visible.
Ian Visible.
Ian Visible.
Ah,
Ian Visible, Jesus.
The thing is, now you've remembered the original name. I forgot the name we had to make up when we couldn't remember that one. Invisible? Maybe? Invisible Paul. Who knows? So we'll go out to the notice board, I guess.
All right. There are 2 pieces of paper. And luckily, no goblins to steal them.
The goblins did know better by now. We've killed every goblin we've ever met. So let's take a look at them. Let's have a read.
All right.
Wave morning to some passers-by, if anyone's around. Morning.
No one yet.
You're
It's still
welcome.
quite early. And I don't think word spread throughout the entire town yet that everything's safe. Or it has, and people are still a little bit hesitant, waiting for someone else to make the first move.
So
But
in many
it's-
ways, we're still helping. Going out there, showing normality, business as usual.
Exactly. Yes, there are 2 pieces of paper. One of them seems to be a slightly higher grade paper, slightly fancier, slightly nicer. And one of them seems to be quite a bit maybe older and maybe ripped from a piece of parchment, like a spare scrap piece of paper that they've used for it. Would you guys like to look at one of them, or both of them, or just the first one? Which one do you fancy?
Both, please.
All right. The fancier one is entitled Resupplying. You have a little quick read through it. It seems the local alchemist, someone called Wiggins Silver Eyes, needs someone to help her restock her potion supplies.
hang about. Is it because some potions went missing out of her shop window?
It doesn't say.
Yeah, get these questions out of your system now, guys. 'Cause if we meet Wiggins Silver Eyes, we need to do our very best surprise face. Oh no!
What's happened?
What's an atrocious price for such a potion?
What?
Your window, you say?
The second piece of paper, the kind of tattier parchment, it seems like a person in the village known as Rada has lost her cat.
Bet it's a tiger.
It's a tie.
I feel like we have some responsibility to the potion maker here.
I think we're going to have to put this to a vote because I'm for the cat.
Yeah, okay.
I'm not bothered about revisiting the place where we stole from.
Let's just check. Oroprax, are you okay? Like searching for a cat that's not too triggering right now?
Oh shit! I didn't even think of that.
I mean,
I'm sorry. I
if
brought it up
anything,
now.
it helps with the healing process. I can't avoid pussy forever.
Okay, so, and also maybe I'm not one to stack quests, but maybe if the cat's not immediately available, we can just keep an eye out for it later on while we do something else. Should we start with the cat? Does anyone not want to help an animal?
Carl,
let's go climbing some trees. Let's get looking for some cats.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So reading the notice that they put on a little bit, it explains that a lady known as Rada is missing her white cat called Rice. She has her address as well. That is written on the bottom of the thing if people need to go talk to her. And if they see or find the cat, she is willing to reward them. Let's see. She is winning a reward of 2 gold pieces.
Okay. Are there any clues, or is it just find my cat?
Yes. You can probably glean from this that the handwriting is a little bit scratchy, kind of a little bit jittery. It's probably an elderly lady who's probably wrote this.
What's her address?
Her address?
Mm-hmm.
1, 2, 3, quickly made up streets.
Yes!
Just before we move on, how much we've got money. Not that anyone's a mercenary here. Wouldn't cast that arrow on anyone. But how much is old Wiggins paying? Does she say?
Old Wiggins.
Wiggins Silver Eyes. What's she paying for a resupply support?
It doesn't say.
Doesn't say.
So I mean, what we can do is either go to the address and interrogate an old lady, or return to the scene of the crime, help up potions, or we could just about face and find somewhere else to go. That is an option.
I mean, I feel like there's a quest board here. Maybe we should do some of the quests in town.
Mm-hmm.
Because you never know where it'd lead. You look for a cat one day, slaughtering bugbears the next.
Find a cat the next day.
You're slaughtering an old lady the next.
Should we go to her address?
Yeah.
Alright, so what you can glean is that she lives in one of the slightly bigger, fancier houses that kind of almost look over the seaside area of this town. Looks like her front garden of her house is quite nicely kept after, but from what you gathered that she might be quite an elderly lady, it's probably she asks someone to do it for her on her behalf, maybe one of the kids who also lives in the area. Her door is shut. So are all of her windows and the shutters on her windows still. She seems like one of the ones who's not 100% safe to go out yet.
Shielding. Okay.
Yeah. Who's the most affable, friendly, approachable of our party?
I have high charisma but look like a demon, so
I have high charisma but look like a dragon.
Okay, I'll just sort of head over there.
Go Finn.
Knock on the door, nice and gently.
And say on fire.
knock on the door. Boo! Goblins! No, not really.
There's a bunch of
I'm
goblins.
definitely not going to do that.
The door slowly creaks open, and you see quite a short lady, quite stocky, quite round. She's got a little bit of a walking stick, but this huge kind of bun on her head, just completely like bright white hair, and this huge ass bun that's almost the same size as her head. It's almost like she's almost going for like the snowman look. And she kind of pokes her little head out. She's like, hello.
Hello. We read a note that you may have lost your cat, Rice.
Oh, hi, I did.
We might be able to help you with that. Do you have any other information to tell us where you last saw Rice?
Well, he's white. He's an adult cat. He's quite big. You haven't found him yet, no?
No. We just thought we'd come in, have a word with you first. Make sure everything was okay. See if we could gather any information, maybe where he or she likes to go. Is it a male cat, female cat?
Yes, it's male.
Male cat. So where does Rice like to go when he leaves your house?
Well, he's mainly a house cat.
House cat, right, okay.
But with everything going on, and I was only getting my grandson to go back and forth and get me bits. And I must have just left the back door open one day. And now he's gone.
I turn to Scamos and Oren and say, I think she's Welsh.
I don't know, her accent seems a little inconsistent to me, you're afraid.
Dude, I'm trying, alright? You want to try to pretend to be an old lady?
It's very good.
It's good.
It's
Continue.
very good.
We're all rusty, come on. It's been weeks since we last played.
Do we know, I say I don't want to alarm nice Rada here. Maybe we can find out what Rice likes to eat, or or things that this could help us lure him back in.
He likes to eat fish.
Fish, very
There
good.
we go. Okay.
Because he's a cat.
Has he ever gone missing before?
Oh no, this is the first time.
How did he get out?
She left the back door open.
Back door.
Back door open, okay.
Classic.
Has your grandson already been out looking for him?
Yeah, he went out for a little bit.
And where did he check?
He went everywhere. He said all over town.
Okay.
Cat's in this house. Cat is dead in this house somewhere.
Suspicious of the old lady.
Oh god. Right. I don't think we should demand to search her house. So
Not yet.
yeah. I think we should just maybe have a bit of a stroll around town, have a bit of a look. If we come across anything cat related, maybe we'll have a bit of investigation.
Let's reassure Rada that if we find your cat, then we will bring him back safely.
Yeah.
And if we find that anything is awry with Rice, whoever has been responsible for his disappearance, they'll pay very dearly, I assure you. But I say that in a cheerful, non-threatening way, despite what the subtext might indicate. And I smile.
All right. She kind of nods and thanks you.
I mean, we could go to the seaside and try and catch a fish, or we could try and buy a fish somewhere in town. There's a market.
I say
They'll be open,
we
will they?
eat the bacon. We ask for a fish while we're eating the bacon.
Oh, breakfast!
Oh yeah, we could get like a kipper.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll see if Hendrix can do some kippers, and then
Yeah.
maybe we'll go and see old Wiggin Silver Eyes with the kippers with us. The fragrance of the kippers following us around town, eventually luring all kinds of cats. And if we find Rice or one that looks enough like him, then we'll take it back. Then we'll take it back to Rada
Perfect.
and get 2 sweet gold.
Yeah.
Nice.
You can break dozens of windows with that. Allegedly.
All the windows you can break.
You could buy your own glazier's business.
Excellent. You guys, so what are you guys doing next?
We're heading
Breakfast
back
There's
to
a
the
winged
inn
horse.
for our breakfast, for our bacon and eggs, and we're gonna sweet talk the innkeeper for some kippers.
All right. You guys head back. Hendrick's there behind the bar, and he's like, "Where'd you guys go?"
Old lady missing cab. That's okay. We like our bacon burnt, and we're back now.
Oh, good, because burnt it is. It is burnt. He presents you with the burnt bacon. The eggs have no dippy. The yolk's gone hard because it's been overcooked because you guys buggered off before eating breakfast.
The coffee's
fine.
cold.
Yeah,
I
we've learned a
eat-
lesson today.
Ravenously.
Yes.
Hendrix.
As do we all.
This bacon and eggs and coffee is fantastic, but we were wondering if you had any kippers in the larder back there. We can pay.
Let me go see. Let's roll for it.
Roll for kippers.
Roll for Kippers. This
Well,
is Dungeons and Dragons, and it's fine.
I'm a bit rusty. Is it a 20 a roll? A D20?
Oh no, I was rolling to see if he had Kippers.
Oh, I thought I had to fight you for kippers.
Yes.
Is
We're having a
Plus
kipper
one
on
on
the
good.
board.
Yes, plus one on shopping. So
Yeah, +5 on haggling. He a couple of minutes later, he comes back and he does have some dried kippers, just like hanging on like little bits of string, like you would hang them up to cure and dry. He's like, I so happen to have some kippers, yes.
What are we talking? 2 coppers, 3 coppers?
Well, for all your breakfasts as well, and these kippers, just call it a silver piece.
Can I haggle with him?
Oh, that's a fifth of a window.
Go on then. If you want to haggle, go for it.
What do you want me to roll?
So it would probably be a persuasion.
Persuasion. Okay. Proficient. I got a 1. Plus I got a
they
4.
somehow become more expensive.
Yeah. Sorry, I misspoke. 2 silver pieces. Like, nah, yeah, just a silver piece will do.
Will it?
Let's just give him the silver piece.
I'll throw him.
Okay.
I'll throw him a silver piece.
He catches it and he hands them over.
Right.
How many kippers are there?
There are 2.
Because I reckon we should tie them to our belts or something like that.
Gross.
I think you can do that. I'm going to avoid, tacking fishy crap onto my belt.
But how are the cats going to smell it if we tuck it away in our backpack? We have to
I-
wear it now.
I have the finest clothing, and I'm not going to sacrifice it for the smell of tuna.
Oh, of course, you've got the blood-soaked clothing.
Shen's clothes, yeah.
Shen's.
Well, I'm going to put one in my belt, hang it from my belt. Who else wants to join me in a bit of kipper fashion? Kipper accessorizing? Anyone?
Not so sure.
I'm sorry.
I mean, maybe you can holster a kipper on each hip, and that'd probably offset your outfit a little better.
Just
Go-
like Old West.
Gonna dual wield the kippers.
Yeah, you can duel with kippers, and I will commit to walking along as we go all about our business Thursday, and occasionally going. Bus, bus, bus.
Okay.
Oren, I would like to wager a bet with you. If you are able to use those kippers in an effective way in battle at some point, who knows when we'll be in battle, I will give you 2 gold pieces.
Okay, I take that bet.
It has to be creative.
Okay.
It has to be effective.
Okay.
It has to take damage.
That's 4 windows worth of betting. And Oroprax, just so we know here. So, do you win the bet if he fails to use them in the next bout of combat, or if he just fails to use it
I
forever?
didn't agree to that.
No, I think ongoing is fine.
Okay.
You do know what's going to happen now. We're going to be like 100 episodes in, the big final bad guy, and Oran Hammerhand is going to throw a mummified kipper.
Choke someone to death.
And it's going to get right in the eye, and he's going to beat the game.
Right, the fish bets. Make a note of that.
Yeah, I better make a note of that as well.
Okay.
All right. So you're heading over to Wiggins Silver Eyes now?
Yep.
Yes, please.
All right. Are you doing anything along the way?
Occasionally saying here, puss, puss, puss.
Okay.
I'm wafting my kippers.
Wafting your kippers.
I'm picking food from my teeth.
Okay. Finn, are you doing anything?
No, I'm just avoiding the smell of the kippers. Maybe walking slightly ahead.
Okay.
You're walking upwind.
Yeah.
So you know where Finn's Finn knows where Wiggins' alchemy shop is. Oh, I mean, you all do because you all broke the glass there of the shop's peculiar aftertaste. On the way, a dog comes running up to Oran Hammerhand and starts kind of barking, and it's kind of doing the whole begging thing, and it's got its paws up.
It wants my pepper.
Lets out a little howl. It's like, oh!
You're appealing to my... I can't say no to a dog. That's terrible. It makes me a monster. But I do need to keep these kippers for cats.
I turn around and ask if he wants me to spit acid at the dog.
No, definitely not. Do we have any
Jesus.
other treats?
We've got some like rations and stuff on us, don't we?
Do we?
Yeah. The dogs like rations.
Yeah.
There's only one way to find out.
Yeah. Let's offer the dogs some things of rations. Although saying this, having encountered a cat and then a dog in quick succession, are we very and absolutely sure that Rada isn't the old lady who swallowed a fly? Because if that's the case, she's going to be after a dog next. I swear we should skip straight to horse and finish the job.
God damn it, Andy, you cracked the code in like minutes.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, that's that whole episode out the window now.
Right, get horse back to Rada.
It was a little bit convoluted, but the whole last game was all about Goldilocks and the Three Bears.
And the bugbears.
Yeah.
So yeah, should we see if the dog wants some of these rations? I'm always up for an opportunity to befriend a dog.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if maybe... Obviously, we should give the dog some treats, but maybe we can get him to do a couple of tricks, and maybe we can utilize him in some way.
Hang on. Does the dog have a collar?
The dog does not have a collar.
You just want a dog.
Is the dog befriendable in any way?
Well, it's still right in front of Oran. It's sniffing at those kippers. It's sitting on its back legs. It's got its paws up.
Oh, he knows how to beg already. See if he'll sit nicely and wait for some treats.
Yeah, give me sit now. Sit. No, he's sitting. Okay, give me your paw. He's giving me his paw. Right. Scamos, give me a bit of your whatever it is you've got in
Here you
rations.
go. Here's some rations. Delicious rations.
Okay, and the dog's very well behaved. He's given me his paw. He's begging. I give him a little.
Just before you give him it.
Shit, I've already given him.
Well, we'll give him another bit. Finn, can you do prestidigitation? Can you do that thing I'm struggling to pronounce? The free magic thing that can make things look or taste or do something slightly different. Can you make these rations extra delicious?
That is prestidigitation. You're all right.
You somehow know me more than myself.
Okay, so the dog's eating the first ration. It wolfs it down.
Okay.
It's a wolf.
Ah. And here comes the lady in a red hood.
And he's still in front of me. I'm assuming he hasn't just bolted.
Oh yeah, he is. He's not budged. The smell of kippers has not gone away. He's still there.
Yeah, I mean, I think we should just accept him into our party.
Yeah,
he's going to follow.
What type of dog is he? I need a full description. I'm still gonna want him anyway, but I need to know.
Seems to be a stray. It's probably very much a mongrel. Very tramp of Lady and the Tramp. Doesn't seem to have any kind of discerning breed to him.
What shall we call our new dog?
Europrax Tempestus the Fourth.
That's going to be confusing if we're giving him commands. We have to see your full name before he'll know it's not you.
Phil for sure.
Phil.
Phil's a nice dog name.
I mean, you don't take my influence. I'm just chatting crap. You name him. You befriended him.
Kipper.
No, I'll go with Phil. Phil's going to stick now. That's what I'll always think of him as.
Phil Collie.
Oh.
Look at me now.
This is what you all tune in for, listeners.
Yeah, this is it.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, so you are trying to befriend Phil the dog.
Do I have to roll to do this, or?
If you're going to give the dog another piece of ration or a bit of the kipper, you could roll an animal handling to try and see if you can befriend him a little bit more.
If it's been made extra magically delicious, does that give him some type of advantage in gaining his friendship?
I don't know the actual specs of a dog's palate, so probably not going to give you an advantage on that.
I am a little rusty, and this is my first roll in a few weeks. It's a D20, right, with my plus whatever?
Yes,
Right,
that'd be the
okay.
one.
Oh, no, it's not looking good for Phil Colley. I've rolled a 3, and I've got a +1 animal handling, so a 4 only.
Therefore, this dog seems to be... It seems to have not eaten in a while, so it kind of nips and gets a little bit of your thumb when it goes to this second ration. And again, just absolutely wolfs it down, and then does that weird thing where they kind of retch a little bit because they ate too fast. And then it bolts.
Ah. Something tells me this is not the last we've seen of Phil Colley, though. I think he'll be back.
Hopefully he'll return. Otherwise, this is the worst defeat we've experienced so far.
All right. With that, you continue on to Wiggins Silver Eyes in her peculiar aftertaste. Once you get there, again, it's very much exactly as it was. It's a nice kind of front shop. The whole front of it is pretty much a glass window, kind of displaying all these beautiful vials and potions and elixirs and stuff. It does look, it's been like boarded up with some strips of wood and stuff where there has been a smash in the glass.
Damn kids.
Damn vandals. But yeah, it appears to be open.
Right, let's chip on in, shall we?
Let's.
All right. Going fully into this shop, there is just more of the same. Every shelf seems to have something on it. A vial, an elixir, sometimes cauldrons that are just bubbling and smouldering to themselves. You can't really see the current shop owner, you're not sure where Wiggins is. However, as you kind of step into the shop properly, the kind of till area on the front bar, there is just a kind of tuft of hair that just barely goes over the top of the bar, and it's just like pacing back and forth behind the bar.
Before we address the hair, maybe we should pretend we haven't seen it and go, what a lovely looking shop. A shame those horrible goblins have damaged the shop front though.
Yes, they're goblins.
What pieces of work. I certainly hope some brave heroes killed most or all of them. Anyway, hello, anyone here?
At that point, the little kind of tuft of hair stops, and it kind of, two hands, and it pulls itself up a little bit higher. This lady is very, very short. You assume she may be some kind of gnome or halfling. She's got slightly pointed ears, just a huge, messy kind of mop of hair, almost like a light brown, and these big, thick, chunky glasses that are magnifying her eyes to like cartoonish, bizarre size. Kind of a little small button nose and like little rosy cheeks. And she pops her head over the bar, and these eyes just kind of hit you, and they kind of dart about at all three of you. It's like, yeah, fuck them, right? Jimmy Goblins. Hello, welcome.
Hello, and might you be Wiggins Silver Eyes?
Yeah, that's me.
We saw your note on the notice board, and we have come to see if we can be of any help.
Oh, great, yeah, come in.
We all gather round.
Did you want anything?
Do you have any potions that can magnify smell, sight, or eyesight, which is the same as sight, that might help us track down a cat?
A cat potion?
Yeah. What if we magically make a cat that we can give to the woman that looks like rice?
Or like, can you get potions that turn you into a cat?
And then we can get in the house and see if she killed the cat.
She's like looking at all of you. You want to turn into a cat that's made of rice?
Yeah, just anything that can help us find some rice. A cat.
Any cat-related potions will do.
Any cat-related potions.
Let me see. No.
No, I don't really do any of that.
Calls herself Silver Eyes.
I mean, what colour are her eyes?
Please be black.
They're like a hazelnut.
Everything is a lie.
Well, that's okay. Maybe we'll work out potions that can talk to. Let's. I understand that you need some help resupplying.
Oh, you got my notice on the board.
We did.
Good, because I was really scared that goblins were going to come in and start doing that.
No. I hear that most of the goblin problem in this town should have hopefully passed for a while. The goblins and their boss have been killed. The goblin's boss. He, I hear, on good authority, took a real scramble in. Someone dropped a roof on his head, set him on fire, made him go mad with fear, and then shot him in the brain.
Right.
So
in the space of about 3 seconds.
Okay.
I'm just going to nudge to Scamos here and be like, why aren't we taking credit for this? Let's really boast about this. Maybe she'll, thank us. Yeah, it was us. We just
It was
like
you. Wow. Well, thanks.
Yeah. So now, of course, we're not those people that just come into town, kill the goblins, and then expect everything back to normal. You need some help resupplying, right? We're here to sort out anything the town needs our help with. This is the first stop on our adventure. We want to help wherever we can.
Did you suffer any heavy monetary losses due to the smashed window?
Well, yeah, they took a couple of potions, but they left some silver and gold and some coins.
Ah.
That
sounds nice of them.
More honest than goblins usually
which
are.
is weird because I didn't think goblins would do that.
What were the potions worth?
About 500 gold.
That's goblins for you.
Oh
in
my
many
God.
ways, underpaying is more of an insult than not paying at all.
Oh, but you're here about the job, aren't you?
Yes.
Yes.
Right, yeah. Well, I would go and get the supplies myself, but a friend is on his way to fix the window, and I didn't want to leave the shop because I wasn't sure if it was safe to leave the shop yet. But yeah, I'm gonna make a nice big batch of healing potions, seeing as, like you said, everything's back to normal now, so I might as well start getting stocked up again. But I'm out of Vita root.
Where might we find Vita root?
You could ask, or you quickly roll a nature or survival to see if you know off the top of your head.
I'll ask.
You'll ask. You can usually find it along the coastline.
Useful. By the way, I'm a big fan of the paper that you used to write that note. What was that? That's 350 GSM, I'd say. Probably a lemon infused, just parchment there.
Acid free.
Yeah, fantastic. Really big fan of your work.
Good for watercolors as well.
Do you do watercolor?
No, but that's what it said on the front.
Fantastic, useful.
Okay, media, they called it.
Bro, so if we find some...
Write this down, guys. You never know.
Yeah, there's going to be a test.
If we meet a giant that's like, my painting has really been struggling recently.
Fantastic. Okay, so Vita root on the coastline. Is it in season? Is it something that that we can find easily enough?
Oh, it's always there. Where the grass meets the sand, kind of juts out. It looks quite dry and red.
Like my ex-wife. Okay, so let us.
Okay, well I don't know anything about that.
How much do you need?
Just as much as you can carry. Just grab it.
Great. And in terms of this job, I understand you're making a big batch of healing potion.
I am.
What might be useful to us would be, do you reckon you can make a little extra to help us with our ongoing adventures? We could perhaps take some along with us.
Yeah. I was going to give you gold, but yeah.
Oh, cheers, Scamos.
What are we going to use the gold on? Buying healing potions.
How much is a healing potion?
How much?
Yeah.
It's usually a basic one is about 150 gold.
Whoa.
I think we should get some healing potions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude.
Some healing potions would be lovely. And actually, our friend here has an interest in chemicals and mixing. Maybe he could assist you in the making and maybe learn a few things about it for the future as well.
Wait, which one of you?
Our friend Finn here, he has a background in the magic arts. He studies at the academy. Finn, would you like to learn from Miss Silver Eyes here when she's brewing the potion? It might help us on our journey in case none of us know how to cast any healing spells.
Yeah, I mean, my mixing ability is very, very professional, but I'm sure I could maybe catch up on a thing or two if she has a few tips along the way. It's not like I need that help or anything. I've definitely never bodged any potions before. So, yeah.
Why would you say that?
Well, no, nothing.
To make sure you're reassured.
Yeah.
I'm not, but all right.
I am the expert after all.
All right, champion. So you go get the Vita root, and then we'll make some potions together.
Brilliant.
Thanks.
Right. We'll see you with as much Vita root as we can carry.
Okay.
What a nice lady.
I liked her a lot.
She never even commented on the fact that I'm wearing 2 kippers.
She probably couldn't see over the bar. Probably just got your heads and your heads and shoulders.
I imagine maybe the aroma is wafting upwards. It feels like it might be a hot stink.
No, but that's not going to do any good unless the cat's in a tree.
It might be in a tree. So down to the coast, I guess, periodically shouting here, puss, puss, puss.
So do we know how far away the coast is?
Well, Ruston is a seaside town. So it's pretty much a stone's throw away.
I throw a stone.
You hear a bloop as it goes into the ocean. You dick.
Well, we should focus on where the grass meets the sand, I guess.
Yep.
So let's walk along that, looking for some red growth.
Vita root, yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You kind of get to the shoreline of Russelton, and it does kind of form into like a docking area. There's a couple of crates and barrels, like people prepping stuff ready for ships to come in and out, but there doesn't seem to be any ships at the moment. Also, like to the sides of this docking, it does kind of go into like a shoreline, like a sandy kind of beach-like area, where, like she said, the sand kind of meets the grass.
Can we see any Vita roots?
Can we have a little search for some Vita roots?
Let's start rolling some nature or some survival. We're going to start foraging.
This everyone?
Yeah, everyone can have a little gander.
Back in 1 minute, guys.
Absolutely.
Okay. Nature or survival.
We just choose whichever one we're better at.
No, choose the one you're worst at.
Right.
May the odds be ever in your favour.
So I got 2 plus 2 is 4.
Excellent. You're rolling out those 4s today, man.
Yeah, shut up.
You're a practice. You do not see any Vita root.
I rolled a 12 and then my nature is plus 3.
15.
So 15.
I rolled a 6.
A 6. All round Hammerhand, you bend down to kind of look, and you just get a big waft of kippy, and you're like, fuck. Kind of thing. But Scamos, you find a little tiny piece of Vita root. If you've ever been to the beach, you know sometimes you get those like really dry, long, tube-quite like bits that kind of jet out of the ground and the grass sometimes. They look just like that, but they're kind of like a chunky, kind of deep red. You kind of give it a little yank and it just kind of literally just snaps, and you've got about a couple inches of Vita root.
Very nice. And then can I show this to Oren and Uriprex while Finn takes his first look and say, "This is what we're looking for, guys. Maybe with the knowledge of exactly what it looks like, you'll have better luck in finding some."
Very true. Finn, would you like to
Absolutely.
roll a nature or survival to see if you can find it?
Yeah, doing nature. In fact, now I'll do a survival because I've got +3 on that. So 14 plus 3, so 17.
Yes, you also find some vigor root.
Also,
It's, a little bit bigger and a little bit longer than the one Scamus found.
Yeah.
this is the one, guys. This is what we need. This is what we're looking for.
How are you guys finding this?
We just got lucky, but now with this example, I imagine you might have better luck.
Should we look again? Can you do that?
Yeah, you.
Just until.
Are you just kind of all standing in the same place? Are you going to start walking along the shoreline?
Maybe
Walk along.
I'm gonna walk along. a bit.
2 in one direction, 2 in the other, perhaps. Could we do
What?
that? I presume it's just one long coastline, is it?
Yeah, it does kind of eventually bank and curve and sway, but it is just one long coastline.
No offense, but I don't want to partner with Kipper Boy.
I'll head with Oran. We'll go in one direction.
It's you and I then, Orifrax. Let's go in the other direction and see what we can find.
Yeah, can you show me what these look like? Because I'm really struggling to identify them.
So I'm just going to
Here it is.
throw my piece over.
It's not helping. I still can't.
Yeah.
Oh, wait,
you're
Take
four.
it. Take
I did just roll a 12. Ah, that's what. Okay, right.
Okay. All right. So we've got Scamos and Uraprax going one way along the beach, and we've got Oran, Hammerhand, and Finn going the other way.
What a nice day we're having.
Yeah, nice little day at the beach.
I like the sound of my toes.
I whisper to Finn, I wonder how long it will take Uraprax to notice that I pinned a kipper to his back.
Did you do that?
If I have to roll for it, I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to roll for it. Let's pretend I did it.
All right.
Stealth.
Roll stealth for me. With
Okay,
disadvantage because you got big clunky armor on.
I'm really going to have to roll well for this.
Yeah, you are.
Ah,
Nat 20, I'm going to scream.
it's a 5.
5. Plus?
No, that was already.
Just with not even rolling, even with your passive perception, Uraprax, you hear Oran clunk, clunk, and you just get a big whiff of kipper.
Back off. What are you trying to do?
All right, I take it back.
Yeah,
Take my
like
camera
right.
back. But that would have been great if it had worked.
It would have.
It would have been amazing.
Would have been fantastic.
Okay, I'm going to roll for survival, right, to look for this Vita
Yeah.
root.
With advantage because you've previously found some, and Finn, you're going the same way with Oran, so you might as well roll as well with advantage.
Oh, yeah. 19.
19.
12.
12, not bad. Yeah, you guys are both just walking along, and every so often you're like, oh, there's a bit. You just yank it out of the background, you grab another bit, and you grab another bit, and it's going quite well.
Cool. I shove
pretty-
all the pieces into my bottomless bag.
Yes, because you've got your handy haversack now.
Oh, Oran, didn't we have like absolute shit tons of loot in this bag that we were going to all sit around in the morning and distribute?
We're all travelling together, though. We'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we're in this for the long run. So
Okay.
Just pull all our stuff.
All right.
While I walk along with Scamos, I turn around and I say, I can't help shake the feeling that old lady has done something with that cat. I don't trust that a cat.
The elderly.
I've got a mad theory about the cat, but since I'm not involved in your conversation, I can't say anything. So
And that's why you never split the party.
It's oftentimes it's not just a missing cat, isn't it? I think if we come to the end of what we're doing here, we'll keep an eye out, and if this cat doesn't turn up naturally as we would expect it would, maybe we'll look into this a little deeper. Maybe we'll see if the grandson has also mysteriously gone missing. That's probably enough to get a warrant.
I think
Okay,
that's-
while you're
that's a good
talking
idea.
about cat theories, both of you roll a check to see if you can find this Vita root with advantage. Nature or survival, whatever you fancy.
Nat 20.
That's 20.
15 plus 3 for nature, did I say? Yeah, 3 for nature, so 18.
Excellent. You guys start trudging along a little bit, and with that natural 20, as you kind of start to follow along, it kind of becomes a bit denser and thicker. There's some bushes and trees that kind of literally come all the way up to this line in the sand. And as you kind of follow it round a little bit, you notice you've come to basically Russellton's like sewer system. You find like this large pipe that's grated, and it has like a small kind of watery runoff that connects and goes into the ocean. And there's a huge ass chunk of Vita root there. Like, I'm talking like you get a good handful of it.
Nice.
To the point where you're starting to put it in your pockets. However, Uraprax, with that natural 20, as you're kind of looking at this kind of sewer pipe, and it's quite a chunky one. I mean, it would be a bit of a squeeze, but you could, if there wasn't a grate, you could crawl inside it and go up into this sewer system. As it kind of trickles out and goes through the sand and into the ocean itself, you notice something in amongst all like the debris. There's little tiny like bleach white bones.
Can I examine the bones closely with a high index of suspicion that these are cat bones?
Uraprax found them, so if he shows them to you, yes.
Can I investigate these bones with the high probability that they're cat bones? I call Scamos over and I say, Scamos, check this out. I told you that bitch is funny.
Yeah. I take my sunglasses off and say, look what the cat dragged in. Then I put them back on and walk away.
Okay, both of you, if you're gonna, let me see. If you're kind of trying to figure out what bones belong to what, probably just a straight up intelligence or maybe a survival.
My intelligence is far better. Can I have that?
Yeah, go for it.
10.
15.
Plus 5, so 15.
Both of you roll 15s.
Mm-hmm.
Excellent. Although you're not experts on these are small. These are quite like thin, light bones. You could imagine they are connected to small like animals, either cats, maybe big chunky ass rats, hares, maybe a dog. They seem quite bipedal. Or quadrupedal, was it? That'd be quadrupedal, wouldn't it?
Phil should have stuck with us, it would have been far safer.
I take one of the bones and finally get a bit of gristle out of my teeth that I just couldn't get with my fingernails. And then, can we pull bits of the bones out together? Can we try and, make it into some form of skeleton? Or are they just random?
While you do that, let's cut back over to Oran and Finn. Do you guys want to roll a Vita root check for me with advantage because you know what it looks like?
You can find the grandson.
20 plus 3, 23.
20.
Oh, all the Vita root.
20.
6 for me.
6. Okay. Oran, you found a nice big chunk of this stuff, and again, it'd be that is exactly Why must you always change the backgrounds of the Skype chat when I'm trying to get into the nitty-gritty of stuff, guys? Every time. So you start finding these nice chunky bits of it. Some of it actually kind of pulls right through and out, and you're getting like the whole kind of network of roots underneath it as well, which I'm pretty sure Wiggins will be super happy about.
Nice.
Finn, as you kind of walk along, very similar to the other side of this shoreline, it's started to become a bit denser, some bushes, some trees that seem to come right up against the sand. You find a little bit of it just jutting out, and you kind of reach down, and as you reach down, a bush next to it, a little kind of beak pops out and starts like kind of cracking and clacking.
I would like to befriend it.
Okay. So you just go give it a little boop.
I'm gonna do the trick of giving it some rations, I think.
All right. You two pull out rations from your pocket, and you kind of open palm, go it towards this beak, and it's literally just the beak. It's just popped out of this bush. You don't know what the rest of the creature is, and it kind of snaps it and kind of grabs it and starts chewing on that and swallowing it down, and then like a weird kind of tendril, like an octopus tentacle, comes out and latches onto your arm, and a second one, and then a third one, and then a fourth one.
Wow.
And this creature starts slithering out of the bush. It seems to be a big, like, slug with a beak and these kind of 4 tendrils on its face that all have like little barbed claws at the end of them. And it starts biting at your hand and starts lashing at you.
What are you going to name this one, guys?
All right. Oran and Finn, you guys are going to have to roll initiative. But just you guys, because there's CSI cats going on in the other side of the beach.
Where they're putting on and taking off sunglasses.
Yeah.
That bone there looks like it might be from the spine there, maybe in the L8 quadrant. If it's maybe it links up with that one there.
What is your initiative?
11.
11. Excellent. Finn, what is yours?
3.
Brilliant. Love it. Love everything about it. Okay. The creature goes first. So this weird slug with a beak and these like 5 tentacles starts slashing out at you. It will try to attack you with its tentacles. What's your armor?
My armor class is 10.
Okay, well, it's going to hit you with a 22.
Right.
This creature, this Grick, attacks you with the tentacles, and you take 9 points of damage.
Oh.
Do I still have 5 temporary points from
Kennecha?
Yeah, or not?
Unfortunately, they have faded. They're only a couple of hours.
I did think so. Okay, let's have a look here.
Once it's kind of latched onto you with its kind of barbed tentacles, it will try and take another bite of you with its beak, but unfortunately misses. So this tentacle latches onto you, and this little kind of beak which you were trying to feed a minute ago is now snapping and trying to get at you. Oran, it is your turn.
Well, I've got to help my friend here, so I'm right next to all this happening, right?
Yes, you are. You are literally just putting Vitaroot in your pockets, and you see Finn just recoil back, and this weird giant slug starts attacking him.
Well, I mean, since I have a massive warhammer, I think it seems like a pretty good tool to squash a slug. So I'm just going to take a huge two-handed overhead splat motion down on top, right into the middle of this slug-type creature.
For my benefit, Oren, would you describe the temporal part of the day that is occurring right now as hammer time, perhaps?
Jesus Christ.
Would you openly say that as you swing the hammer, perhaps?
I scream it. It's hammer time.
So, do you instruct it to stop beforehand?
Now I really hope I have a satisfying roll, because this is going to be such
all of
an
this set up for a miss.
Stop, it's hammer time, and you throw it into the bushes.
Oh, I'm so rusty. This is my first attack in a while. It's a D20 first, right?
Yeah, D20, and then you're plussing the little attack roll next to your weapon. Yeah. And then if it hits, then we roll the damage.
It's an unnatural 20.
Oh, well, that's definitely going to hit. So roll that damage. You've got 1d8 warhammer
plus 3. Oh, 8 plus 3. 11.
Oh, fantastic. You just bring the hammer down and just squish this creature. You feel like you're going to really wreck it and do some absolute damage, but this thing is kind of disturbingly slimy and spongy.
Oh,
what was your damage?
11.
11, alright. You swing hard, but you don't know if it really connected properly. Finn, it's your go.
Right. Am I connected in some way?
It is lashing out at you. It's just got one of its tentacles on your arm. It tried to bite you, but you managed to break free of that. So it's you're not grappled with this thing.
I need to get out of the way because I am severely injured right now. Not in a good way. If possible.
Not in a good way.
Not in a good way. Injured in a bad way. I need to be super cowardly and run to Oran and hide behind his muscular dwarven body.
Okay. Just because we haven't played in a while, this has been a couple of weeks, he's currently engaged with combat with you, so if you were to run, he might get to take an extra little bite at you as you fled. He would get an attack of opportunity against you.
Would he? Okay.
I mean, it might miss, and you might be able to run away safely. Instead of attacking, you can use your action to disengage, which would be to safely retreat. However, you wouldn't get to do any spells or any attacks.
I feel like I need to do that.
It's either that or die kind of thing.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah, okay.
I foolishly tried to feed the creature, and I have paid severely.
All right. So you're using your action to disengage?
Yes.
Cool. And you're just kind of running directly away from it.
Either running behind Oran where I can cast some spells, or if I can't do that, just further away where it can't easily get me.
Alrighty. Yeah, that's easily done.
Does Finn have the action points available to shout and scream very loudly in a voice which may echo across the coast?
Yeah.
Fuck!
Meanwhile, sounds like someone is saying fuck across the coast.
Get some fuck goals.
Alright. We are going back to the Grick, the creature. Let's see. You're running away from it, and Oran took a swing at it. Yeah, it's going to go for Oran. Oran, he takes a swing at you. Well, he doesn't take a swing at you, sorry, falls a habit. He's going to try and lash onto you with his tentacles. Does a 17 hit you?
I've got an 18 armor class.
Oh no, it just bounces off. So these tentacles, these weird 4 tentacles where its face should be, are just lashing out and slashing at you, but it's just bouncing off of your armor. He then tries to bite you with his beak. Ah, there we go, 20, unnatural 20. Does that hit you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got ya. He latches onto your arm just where the wrist guard meets the kind of back of the hand guard of your armor, and it kind of bites down right on the wrist and slightly punctures you, taking 5 points of damage.
Oofed. Okay.
However, it is now your go.
Okay, the Warhammer wasn't very good, so this is probably... I've got 2 spells, and I can't decide which one might be more effective on it. I've got Shocking Grasp.
Shocking Grasp, you would roll to see if it hits, and then it would do some lightning damage or thunder damage, and then it would be stunned, so you would be able to, like Finn was a minute ago, successfully step away from it without it snapping at you, because it eliminates its reaction.
Let's try a Shocking Grasp.
Alright.
And?
So I believe for a Shocking Grasp you have to roll to attack, so you've got your little spell rolls.
Yeah, I've got, I guess it's a d20 plus 2. Oh no, this is not looking good, guys. I've rolled a 4. Something tells me this isn't going to work.
What's your intelligence?
My intelligence is 0.
Okay, yeah, then it would be a 2, yeah. Okay, so a 4.
A 4, unfortunately.
Unfortunately, that does not hit yet. So you just kind of swing it with this hammer, and then you just jet out your other one, and lightning just erupts from it and just sparks all over this creature. However, it seems to just arc over and go straight into the sand.
Okay.
Unfortunately. Good attempt.
I expect
Finn,
maybe it's a
you
water
are
ground type.
Yeah.
Okay, time to get out the big spells. Let's have a look.
I can imagine
Okay.
you like across the beach getting a big book out and going,
Yes.
The size of this Vita root. Incredible. The guys are going to be pissed when they see this.
Right. I would like to use Scorching Ray, if possible, second level,
Absolutely.
and just engulf this creature.
Alright, so there are 3 motes of fire that just erupts out of your magical arcane body. Let's roll all 3 to see how many of them hit, and then we'll do the damages.
Okay, so D20, yeah?
Yep, d20 plus your spellcasting ability.
So 11, and then spell-casting ability. What is that? Is that proficiency, or is that something else?
So next to your spells, it says spell attack roll, and it should have like a little plus.
Spell attack roll.
Should be near the top where you've got your big list of spells you can cast. Near the top, it will say.
Oh, attack bonus, is it?
There, that's the one.
+5, so 16 total on that one.
16, that hits. Your second mote of fire lashes out. Let's roll for that one.
10 +5, 15.
That also hits. Third one.
14 +5, 19.
They
Nice.
all hit. Each one of those 3 was 2d6, so that's 6d6 fire damage.
Whoa.
3. 5. Who's good at maths?
8,
6.
14,
4.
18,
5.
23,
5.
28.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, this thing's gone. Just
Fire
these
is
3
just
motes of
coming out.
fire. Just all go shooting towards it. And it just turns instantly into ash. Almost like when you put the vampire in the sun, it kind of just goes from the inside out and just absolutely just embers and sizzles away. Quickly roll a D100 for me.
D100.
Oh, sorry. Just a D20, sorry.
D20. 15.
15. You're fine.
Okay,
All right.
that's good to know.
As this kind of thing just erupts in flame and this ash just kind of goes up and just starts to dissipate into the beach as the breeze from the sea kind of just wafts it away. You kind of look at each other and go, that was a bit crazy. Note to self, don't feed every animal I come across.
Lesson learned.
Lesson learned. Scamos and Uroprax. You guys are starting to try to put together these bones. Fuck, and then there's just whoosh. You kind of look down at the beach where they went, and you just see like a black smoke just start to slowly kind of cast its way up.
Shall we pocket all of the Vita root that we haven't already got, and then go and see what the screaming and the fire was about, Oroprax?
I think that's probably a good idea. Let's go.
Yeah.
All right. So after a couple of minutes, you guys trudging through the sand, you manage to catch up with the rest of the party.
Hey
Can you
guys,
tell us what went on?
Hey.
how much Vita root have you got? We found a big shitload next to something that may or may not have been cat bones. I bet nothing that exciting's happened over here.
Well, yeah, we came across a very slimy, horrible monster that I tried to befriend, and it went badly and nipped my finger and then tried to eat me.
Incidentally, what would you have named it? But also, you were right.
I think
2 questions.
Slugster.
Slugster.
What was the second question?
Are you okay?
Oh yeah, fine. Hands are a bit hot. It's all
And
good.
then I reach behind my back and say, well, looks like 2 people drew the short end of the Vita route. And show them how much I've collected.
I hold my bag out and let it just drop in.
Yep.
Yeah.
It just disappears into that magical bag.
Finn is not impressed. Just put it in the bag.
Put it in the bag.
So the deal with this beast that attacked you then, did it seem to want anything? It was just like a savage monster.
I think it was the kind of creature that would definitely eat a cat and spit out the bones, and it tried to do that to my arm, but I didn't let it.
By any chance, have you guys seen any cat bones?
Well, we found a ton of small animal bones backed by a suspicious sewer grate.
You do?
So I suspect that may be where our adventure lies. But in case any of us have taken any hideous injuries, shall we deliver the Vita route? Perhaps make sure that we stock up on potions while we're there, while we complete this quest, and then maybe at what sort of time of day is it now?
Well, you guys you got up, you had some breakfast, you talked to an old lady, and then you talked to Wiggins, and you've been Vita route hunting. I'd say it was cracking on probably about 11ish, maybe midday.
Okay, so it's not even lunchtime yet. So if we go and deliver this, maybe we can nip into these sewers early afternoon. We can be back out and in town before the late evening flush.
Sounds good. Sounds good.
Gross.
Or does anyone need to rest up first?
I think if we're going to do that, then I'll maybe steal a healing potion and heal up there.
Finn, while you're making it, offer to taste it. So mostly observe, and then when our expert potion maker has almost got the batch ready, just offer to have a little lick the spoon like the cake batter.
Oh. Exactly. Get back some of that precious HP.
Nice.
Okay, so are we heading back to Wiggins?
We head back.
Let's do it. Let's go and deliver this bounty.
All right. Uraprax. No, actually not Uraprax. Apologies. Oran.
Yes.
Roll a perception for me.
I've put a kipper on your back.
Yeah.
Oh, 3.
3? Okay, good to know.
Oh, if you just missed that cat.
Okay, you get back to the peculiar aftertaste. You get back to Wiggins' shop. She is a little bit surprised to see you guys. She's like, "Oh, you were quick."
I confidently empty my sack all over her desk.
All right. The Vita route, as well as all your gold that you got.
Not the gold.
Oh, it's a magical.
Okay. It's magical, so it would know what he wants to fall out.
Exactly.
Yeah, seeing as after you rescued everyone and sorted out the goblins, there's been a couple of days of downtime. I'll say, Finn, you've got a better understanding of this backpack. You are able to yank the inside and literally just tip everything out, but you can also use an action to reach in and deliberately grab the things that you need.
Brilliant.
So it takes a little bit of a while because it's a magical interdimensional pocket inside a backpack, but you manage to slowly pull out all the bits of Vita root. And every time you pull out another chunk, her eyes just get bigger and bigger and bigger, kind of thing. And she's like, wow! I haven't been collecting any resources for a while. There's a ton of it's grown since last time.
And this is the stuff, right? This is decent quality Vita root. This is what you need.
She takes a bite out of it, and then immediately recoils back and spits yep, that's the stuff.
Excellent.
And one of you wanted to learn how to make it?
Yeah. Finn, are you gonna sit in on the process?
Maybe even try a little bit as well.
Want to lick the spoon, do you?
Well, that's what I do after I empty my sack.
Wow. Okay. It takes a couple of hours, but Wiggins is very kind, and she is very understanding that this is the first time you're doing potions. She's teaching you all the bits. It's kind of slow, and she's like, no, it's fine, just a little bit more. That's right, kind of excellent. Like, so she chops it up really fine, almost to a point where it just kind of, it's so dry and like dead leaf kind of dryness to it that she starts chopping it and starts crushing it, and it literally becomes like a powder. She adds it to this big cauldron among some other things which she explains to you, some certain chemicals that you've heard of before, some certain things and parts that you would put into. And with a little bit of time, a little bit of patience, you successfully create a nice big batch of healing potions. She does let you lick the spoon, and you get 3 hit points back.
Success. 3. Brilliant.
She teaches you the correct corking method and putting it into potions and putting it into vials and stuff, and warns you that uncorking them and like letting them go off can completely nullify the potion, or if anything, can sometimes make it quite dangerous to drink. And with that, she thanks you for all your hard work and that you're a very good learner. She's like, whoa, like if you ever want a job, you come here.
So I sort of, in my notebook, write down the recipe on how to make this. Is it just the one ingredient we need, or is it other things we need?
There are other ingredients, which I will get to you if you want to start making notes and that kind of stuff.
Okay,
however,
yeah,
you'll need to start exploring and getting your hands on a brewer's kit or a alchemy kit, which you can find in the world.
Cool.
Sorry, Finn, I feel like I've been like a pushy parent and sent you to classes that you never wanted to sign up for. Figured it might be useful.
This is good. This is good.
It's good. She is so impressed, and she's thanks you guys so much for going out and doing that for her, that she rewards you guys with 4 minor healing potions.
Nice.
Each or all together?
Cool.
All together.
And based on the prices we heard earlier, that's a 600 gold value. So glad we negotiated for that. Right then, guys. So now then, I guess it's like, are we all back together now? Outside the...
So you're all finished up in the peculiar aftertaste. It's getting to about 3 o'clock-ish now with the brewing process.
Do you guys want to go and check out the beach again and take a look at this grate all together, or do you want to take another look at the scene of the attack first, in case we can learn anything about the monster? But you told me it turned to ash, right? So, is there anything left? What do you guys want to do?
What about if we ask Wiggins if we can use her toilet and climb down into the sewers through the toilet? Can we do that? Because the sewer has a grate over it, right? And how are we going to get the grate open? Or if there's maybe a manhole cover or something. We need to get down in the sewers, I think. I think we should just...
I mean, Finn could blast it open.
Oh, that's true.
You carry a big hammer as well, right?
I like the idea of 4 of us disappearing into a small toilet cubicle and not coming out.
How does plumbing work in this world, DM?
Yeah, I'm imagining it just being a straight hole down.
I don't fucking know, do I? The high fantasy realm of Dungeons and Dragons, where magic and sorcery and wizards is possible, they have solved and cracked the toilet problem, and it's quite standard.
Their toilets.
It's standard U-bend toilets.
Quick standard toilets, love it.
Quick side note: has any of you read Off to Be the Wizard?
No.
My friend recommended it to me. I've got it on my Kindle, but I haven't got around to it yet.
It's a series. I recommend it to everyone here. But there's a particular chapter where this wizard, he's like really pissed off with this other wizard. They're like rivals kind of thing. And anyway, this other wizard lives in this massive castle, and he has a statue of himself outside. But the problem with the statue is it's just covered in like shit all the time,
Right.
and he can't figure out why. And it turns out this other wizard, he's basically made a portal in his toilet, and every time he shits, the other portal opens up above this statue and just shits on it. And it's been going on for like years.
That's awesome. I'm gonna have to hurry up and read that book.
Yeah.
Guys, I can also confirm, while we're just out of adventure mode for just a second, that I googled how do toilets work in D&D, and what do you know? No results.
That is the second time that you guys have thrown an absolute curveball at me.
You're welcome.
I mean, maybe more than twice, but
I
Jesus.
consider that to
ultimately-
be our job.
Can we climb into the toilet?
Well,
Yeah, this is all I'm asking.
presumably, if Lewis has described a sewer system with grates, then the sewer system has to work the way John has described. Yeah.
But also, can you climb down a regular toilet?
Well, no, exactly.
No, you can't. I was assuming that the toilets might be a sort of like just hole
Or the
down. Yeah, and we could just jump down there.
Lewis is like, that would be easier.
It would be easier, but no. You, from what you've seen in your travels,
I'm just
What
living
age are
all
we?
this
We've
time.
never seen a toilet before.
Automatic hand wash.
yeah, I must find the perfect toilet. That is my quest. The nicer and fancier the cities are, the nicer and fancier the toilets are. So probably if you grew up in the backwaters and some kind of Ruick farm and stuff, you probably had a hole in the ground. If you've come from one of the bigger, fancier cities, probably more actual toilets. A little town like Rusterton probably has semi-decent toilets. Small pipes which you wouldn't be able to crawl into.
Fair enough, guys. I take it back.
Let's go to the beach.
Well, should we take another look at this sort of bony, bone remains to see if we can identify it? Do an investigation, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
It's all
If
at
we
the
can
grave,
get back
right?
down
Should
there.
we have a look there? Do you guys see any value in going back to where you were attacked, or do you want to head straight to the grate?
I think to the grate.
To the grate.
I agree.
Alrighty. Doesn't take too long to get back there. And Uraprax and Scamos show you guys like this is where we found the bones, kind of thing. And it's just a kind of quite a chunky sewer grate. Like I said, it's probably big enough if you were to duck to crawl through. A steady stream of water trickles through, but then which obviously bleeds through into like a little stream which connects to the beach itself and the ocean. And where it's like quite rocky and quite pebbly, there are the telltale signs of like bones and stuff. So what would you guys like to do?
Did you guys construct a little cat before we left that's maybe still standing there, like a sort of museum exhibit?
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to remember what the hip bones were connected to.
Leg bones?
Could be tailbone.
Tailbone.
But no, I think from my suspicions of what we're seeing here, it doesn't seem to be a complete picture, but I'm putting a guess in that this is a cat. Although I've seen nothing in the way of white fur that might indicate this is his Rada's cat.
Feel a little bit bad that we assumed that she had eaten the cat to catch a bird, which she in turn swallowed to catch a spider, which
Catch a
wriggled
fly.
and jiggled and stuff. Yeah,
She still might be in the grate.
Yeah.
could be.
We don't know. Is it worth doing a perception check with anyone else to see if they can glean anything greater?
Yeah, I mean, is there any sort of like investigation we can do here?
Absolutely, yeah, you could roll investigation. So you've either got investigation or perception. Perception would be just kind of having a look. Investigation would be literally getting on your hands and knees and starting to like crawl through the rocks and try to see if there's any underneath and like start digging stuff up.
Can I roll a perception just to get a sort of idea on the situation?
Absolutely.
So it's 13 and then plus 5, so 18.
Alrighty. You kind of having a little look around. you kind of look at this kind of big chunky grate itself, where this little kind of bit of water trickles down onto the rocks and onto the sand and into the ocean, and you kind of see a little kind of speckle of white, kind of where the water is just dripping down and cascading down. As you kind of go over to it, I mean, do you want to put your hands in dirty sewer water?
No.
No? So you kind of have a little look, and you can kind of see underneath, like the kind of wet sand, it's kind of sunken in a little bit. Seems to be a tiny little rat skull.
Oh. Maybe not a cat then.
There's more. There's a big old pile of bones, though. It could be many, many small animals. If you were to put them all together as one, you'd either think you'd made the thing, or
it would be an abomination.
Yeah. What I might do, guys, excuse me just a second. Karen's going to bed, so I'm going to head downstairs so my booming voice doesn't disturb her while she's trying to sleep.
Alright.
Is the grate into the sewers, is this something that we need to open, or is it like, did you say that we could crawl under it? Could we get into the sewers? Can we access it relatively straightforward?
Yeah, there's a bit of a hinge, and you should be able to open this grate and crawl inside if you wanted to.
Because if you're finding rat skulls, Finn, then it could just be the cat is trapped in there or something like that. Or maybe it's the cat eating the rat, or I don't know. I think we should go in.
Does anyone know any cat calls?
I've got 2 kippers.
Why don't you chuck one nearer to the grate and see what happens?
I'll wave it at the grate, but I don't think it's going to overpower the stench of like a
I was
sewer.
just trying to get rid of one.
Just get rid of the damn grates.
Okay, waft it.
I'm wafting my kipper.
Nothing happens.
I feel like we've spent a lot of time looking at what potentially is just a dirty sewer, and people are throwing their meat remains,
Should we have a very, very specific check for danger on the grate to make sure no mysterious tentacles and beaks come out and seize us if we try and crawl in?
So I had a bit of a look. I haven't done a thorough investigation yet. If anyone has a high investigation.
I don't, but I'll try a roll, just as you never know.
I've got +5 investigation. Do you want me to have a search?
Yeah. That's a good amount.
What did you get, Oren?
12.
12? You're not seeing anything. You can see the little rat skull that Finn pointed out, but apart from that, you're not picking up anything.
Rolled a 10, so +5, 15.
15? Yep, you can see the little skull that that Finn pointed out. However, nothing else.
I go onto all fours and crawl a little way into the grate.
Okay. So you kind of lift
Close
up.
enough that I can still hear my friends.
Hold on. A couple of hours ago, you didn't want to wear a kipper, and now you're just crawling through a sewer.
The stench of standing next to you is unbearable. I just need to get some fresh air.
Sewer would be an improvement.
Break up a little bit of this kipper and shove it in my nose so I don't smell the sewer. Okay, it ain't great, it ain't pretty, but you do you lift the grate and you do crawl into the sewers. It's quite a big, chunky pipe, like you do have to kind of hunch down and duck a little bit if you didn't want to bang your head. And the water is just like a little tiny stream. It's only getting your feet wet. It's not like you're trudging through crap and stuff.
Okay.
But you kind of have a little look around, not really seeing anything in particular. It's getting a little bit darker as you kind of start going up and through this pipe.
Getting a bit darker, you say? Who here has dark vision?
We've sent the only person without dark vision into the sewer.
Yes.
Double down, keep going.
Is it worth rolling anything, or is it literally just pipey?
It is literally just pipey at the moment, yeah.
Okay. I come back out.
Okay.
Dust myself off. Realise I stink. I run into the ocean. Have a quick dip. Come back out. Fresh as a salty daisy.
Fresh as a salty daisy.
But now you're covered in sand.
Oh no, that'll take ages to come off.
That's even worse.
It'll dry.
You've got sand between your toes.
Oh, it's coarse and irritating.
Yeah.
Gets everywhere.
I say to the guys, I saw nothing in there, but then again, of course I didn't. I'm the only one of you that doesn't have night vision. Maybe it's worth one of you checking out. Maybe it's not. Maybe we're looking in the wrong place.
Well, as a dwarf, I feel I should go underground. I'll go in a little bit further with my dark vision, so I'll crawl in and maybe walk for a little ways, not to get out of sight of the group, if that's possible, but at least a little further and see if there's a bend that we can look around or something like that.
As he dives in, I'd like to try and sneakily remove the 2 Kippers from him.
Oh, okay, that'd be a sleight of hand.
Okay.
My Kipper.
Oh, okay.
My Kippers. What about the bet?
25.
25?
Jesus Christ.
The Kippers never existed. They were a figment of my imagination.
Good luck, Oran. You just take those Kippers.
Are you now going to call him on the bet later on?
I take the Kippers and I bury them a little way into the sand and place an X in Vita root on top of it.
Never getting those Kippers back.
Wait, you're using Vita root to place the X?
Yeah. To make it X out of Vita root.
Take it, there's some more around here on the floor.
Yeah, I'm sure there might be some more around.
You should have used some of the bones.
I don't want to disturb the bones or evidence.
Oh, that's true.
Okay, Oran, you start to trudge through this pipe. You thought at first it would be like just at home in the caves under the mountains, but this is nothing like the caves in the mountains and the tunnels that you carved with your dwarven hands. This is shit. This is. However, you do start to go a little way through, and you do see a little bit further on, maybe 20 feet or so, as you progress quite a bit deeper into this cave, further than Oroprax could with his dark vision. It opens up, and it becomes almost like what you could imagine a modern day kind of sewer system is. It has the kind of river going through the middle, and then either side is like a walkway, and it's quite tall and quite round. They've done a really good job of this.
Classic turtle sewers, guys. Great.
Yeah, classic turtle sewers.
How deep in can I shout to the party? Am I?
Yeah, you should be able to call out to the party, and it would travel through the pipe. It's not too far.
Guys, I mean, it looks like a fairly well-developed sewer system here. I'm not sure what else we were expecting. Should I go further in? Does anyone want to join me? Can you hear me?
We can hear you. This feels like the path of adventure, guys. Does anyone have anything we can mark the walls with as we go? Can we just scout around for a sharp stone so we can put some one-way arrows for the future as we're going through what might be a maze of tunnels?
Yeah, that's very easy to do.
Right, so I will find a sharp stone, and then as we follow, as we go towards the sound of Oren's voice as he calls us, I'm gonna periodically. I'll just say this only once. I will put an arrow that points in the way back towards the exit as we go along every so often.
All right. So
I would
everyone's
also. Sorry, go on.
No. I just want everyone's climbing into the pipe. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That's fine. I just wanted to note where Scamos sees adventure, I see a dirty sewer that we seem to just be, heading towards for no reason.
And that's why we play Dungeons and Dragons. Okay. It is a little bit difficult for Oroprax because he can't see.
Well, just before I dive in, feeling a little bit guilty, I take the sand-covered Kippers and I place them in my pockets, hopefully masking the smell with the sand. If that's a thing.
Like kitty litter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're clay-baked. Just covered in a thin layer of sand. Yeah, sand is everywhere now. Like, you were damp and from the ocean, and now you just got sand and kipper all over you.
Yeah.
Okay. Once you climb through and get into the sewers properly, and they kind of open up to Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle style, there is light coming in. It's quite small and dim, but there are obviously grates above in the city, which bits of light are jutting into and illuminating the sewers itself. Seems to be quite a complex system. It's very impressive. It seems to kind of go forward a little bit. There seems to be a kind of branch out, a T-junction, an immediate left-hand turn which branches further and beyond. Can't see exactly where that one goes, but it seems like you have like a dead straight path, and it seems like there is a path over to the right that you could explore.
Which direction is the nice part of town where the little old lady lives?
That is an excellent question. Roll a survival for me to see if you can figure it out. See if you can triangulate.
Nope.
I rolled a 1 with a +3, so a 4.
Okay, so you kind of think, you're like, okay, so we walked like towards the sewers, which is like that way, and then we're at the beach, and then we turned right, and now we're in the sewer, which is like an immediate left because we're going back into town. So I have no idea. You think maybe dead ahead, or you think maybe where it forks to the right? You're not sure.
Okay, I'm going to ask my party, hey guys, I was having a think just there, and I can't figure out where the little old lady's house might be, but which direction do you guys reckon? Maybe someone who's a bit smarter than me. Maybe we could put it to a vote.
Well, I have absolutely no idea.
I want to roll survival.
All right, go for it.
I didn't survive, bro. My dice rolled away, and I can't read the number. Hold on.
See, these are the.
I'll be honest, it doesn't look good.
The halcyon days of D&D.
2.
So you have no idea. You're a bit like Oran. You're like, okay, so we were facing the ocean. Now we're not facing the ocean, and then her house was against the ocean. You're like, I have no idea.
I'm gonna lean into this. My character flaw is reckless impulse, so I'm gonna say let's go left.
Is it really? I had no idea.
You did say left, right, not right.
Right, left, right.
Finn, do you want to have a deciding vote in this, or are you happy to go on with this reckless?
Yeah. Why not? Let's do a survival roll if that's what we're doing.
Go on then, one more try.
I don't know if you can see what I just rolled there.
I can see your reaction.
It's a 1 with a +3, so a 4. So none of us know where we're going. We're all walking around in shit.
I think we're turning to left.
Gamos is reckless, and he wants adventure, and he wants people to kind of get on board with it. And he turns to look at Finn, and Finn's just got a face like a smack task. He's like, this fucking stinks in here. Why are we in this sewer?
Just think it's going to be great. Like, for all we know, like, maybe we could get we could fill Oren's wish. We might explode out of a toilet by the time we're done here.
Wouldn't it be great if we exploded back out of Wiggins' toilet? She saw us leave.
Or Rada's.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah, straight out there.
Or Hendrix.
All right. Well, I guess we're going left. With as of Scamos's plan.
I mean, plan's a strong word.
Suggestion.
Okay. As you start to kind of venture down the path that leads to the left, it just seems to be more of the same. Just a kind of a tunnel with a river that kind of flows through, and then the two little pathways either side. As you begin to kind of walk through, you're kind of minding your own business, trying to hold your nose and just trying to grin and bear it, because it's not the greatest place to be. But you then all of a sudden hear a bark.
Collie!
Phil?
Phil Collins, I mean.
You look up at one of where the grates, where the water from the city runs through and into the sewers, one of the kind of drainage systems, and you can see his little nose kind of poking in, and he sees you guys, and you see him, and he's barking.
I'm going to shout, Phil, I'll give you a bit of kipper. Oh no, wait, hold on. Where are my kippers gone? Where have they gone? I think I've dropped them. Guys, we're going to have to go back because I've dropped kippers somewhere. No, I'm not.
I turn around to Finn and I hold a part of the kipper out of my pocket and I say, something a bit fishy?
Do sunglasses exist in this world?
Yeah.
Because we're going to need some pretty soon.
Yeah, while Finn and Oran were fighting that giant Grick slug creature, you guys were thinking to yourself, like, but if we got the glass to be like a dark colour, then obviously when you put one on your face, you couldn't see your eyes and you look cooler, kind of thing, while you were organising the bones.
Right, this is my new primary quest objective now. We will find or invent sunglasses on our journey.
What are we going to do with Phil, guys? Phil's here. We must...
He's kind of pushing his nose into the drain, trying to get to you guys.
How high up is he?
This is quite a small tunnel again.
It's not a dangerous
the original pipe you had to crouch down. It's just scraping your head, and you still are having to make a conscious effort not to whack your heads. But you could, with a bit of kipper, reach up and feed him through the pipe, the drain, the sewer.
We should feed him. I don't want him. If he's well fed, he might not try and take food from danger. We need this dog to be safe. We must protect him at all costs.
Why?
We don't want him
Because
to
he's a
end up
dog.
as bones on the beach, do we? This is Phil Colley.
Can we...
If we want to protect Phil, I think not bringing him into the sewer would be the best course of action.
All right, John Lithgow at the end of Harry and the Hendersons. I'm not throwing a stone at him. That's where I draw the line.
I'm with Finn here. I'm not sure what we're doing with this dog. I don't want to bring him closer to danger.
We'll catch up with him later.
Oren, what happened to your kippers, man?
This time, you can
I
tell
don't
him
know.
to wait.
I must have dropped them. I didn't feel it I know that it wasn't one of you because you would have had to roll a 25 or something to get that off me.
Maybe it was when you were battling that slug thing.
Yeah, I think
Fell out of your pocket.
the Grick ate my kippers.
The Grick egg, Mike. That's like a Dr. Zeus book. That is.
That's the name of this episode.
The Grick egg, Mike. Yes, that absolutely has to be the title of this one.
I would
Okay.
say follow your nose, Oran, but all we can smell is the sewer, so it's not going to work.
So what's your plan with this dog?
It's
we can
it's whining. It's got his little noses poking through the little sewer.
Is there another grate further up that you can lure it to? Like if we move and keep moving, is it going to keep following us?
I think it will. It's found us, right? So maybe it'll I don't know. Yeah, let's keep moving a little while and see if the dog follows. Because I don't know. I don't want to pull him. You're right. I don't know if I want to pull him down into this mess.
To be honest, I mean, depending on how intelligent a doggy is, we could always tell him to, tell him to go back to the winged horse and tell the others about the great adventure on. But it's only John and co there, and some fat use they've been so far.
We could, and this might be a little out there, but hear me out. We could get the dog. We could bleach its fur, and we could give it to Rada and say that we found its cat. Take the gold and leave.
Are there?
I'm not convinced.
I'm not convinced by that plan either. A small dog could be useful down here though, because he could go through tunnels that we can't. Smaller tunnels to check for things.
Dogs can sense danger.
I'm
Ghosts are down here. They'll see them before we do.
I'm starting to go into the Finn camp though of is this just a sewer?
It could be.
I don't know about you guys. I'm having a great time.
Okay.
Let's
I'm
recap. Let's recap. We went from town to the beach
Let's recap.
to the sewer. We haven't really looked anywhere. We've just sort of ended up in the sewer.
Alright, I'm going to be an enabler, but only if, Oren, you can outroll me in a D20 deathmatch. One roll, D20, who can roll the highest?
Okay, but what are we rolling for?
You'll find out maybe if you win.
What's all these bets?
I don't know. I'm going to do it though.
Okay.
15.
7. Okay. Here's the truth. I stole one kipper.
Oh my god.
Here, have the kipper. It was a prank.
Why is it covered in sand? What have you done to my kippers?
It fell out my hand when I was rescuing it from the Grick.
Well, I appreciate you going back because
I did.
And getting these kippers. I don't know exactly what use it's going to be right now. I don't think the kipper is the most overpowering smell in
Just
this particular
wash it
location.
in the water,
When
pulling by your feet.
Your bet still stands though. At least now that can
That's
still
true.
be done.
That's true,
And
yeah.
I don't know. Like I've only heard tell of these Gricks from you, but does this feel like the kind of place that they might hang out and be eating small animals?
Oh yeah, can we look into the water and see if there's any small bones or anything? Can we see through the water? Have we seen any evidence of feeding down here?
Yeah, you could definitely roll a perception and just have a little look at this water that's just by your feet.
I don't have a great perception. Let's try it.
I'll roll one.
I got a 6.
6.
14.
14.
I'll have a look as well. 15.
Fuck it. 13 plus
13.
whatever I have here. You say we were
Okay.
running perception? No, I've nothing. So 13.
Finn and Uraprax. It's a little bit dark and a little bit hard to see down here. Some of you have night vision, which does help.
Alright.
But as you kind of look down and you kind of look at this kind of gentle stream, and then you kind of spot there's like a shift in the colour, ever so slightly, just a tiny bit, and it's almost like blood. There's like a little kind of trail or like a little couple of blood drops that have got into the water, and it's not mixed, it's just kind of swirling along with it, like a little kind of, almost like where it's like a little kind of smoky waft that kind of goes along with the stream.
I look up to check the dog is okay.
He's fine, he's seen the kipper now and he's proper like for the kipper.
Well now.
Well,
Just
Finn.
a sewer, I hear you.
Guys, I think that solved our directional problem as well, because I didn't even think about which way the water was running, but we should just be following the water to the source, wherever this is coming from, I think.
Let's march onward with weapons at the ready.
Yeah, okay, Phil, we're going to shout to Phil. Phil, you stay up there. This is too dangerous up there, but follow along at street level if you want.
Okay.
If you understood that, great.
Phil says yes. I will.
A talking dog.
I do have comprehend language as a skill.
Oh, interesting.
that
You
work?
guys start to follow the stream, where this kind of trail of blood seems to be mixing in with the water. As you start to walk away from Phil lets out a howl, which kind of reverberates and resonates into the sewers and echoes throughout it. And then there's a pause, and then there's one back.
From down in the sewer.
Yes, a second howl comes from somewhere in the sewers and starts to reverberate.
Definitely not an echo, right?
And no. With little Phil Collins, was it?
Phil
Yeah.
Colley.
Oh, Phil Colley, yeah. Little Phil Colley's nose pushing into the grate and howling down into the sewers has reverberated and echoed it. And then there was a slight pause and silence, and then a second howl came from somewhere in the sewer system and has started to echo throughout it.
It's Phil's mum.
It does the second howl come from the direction of the river and the stream.
In that
Can we
split
tell?
second, it's hard to tell, as it's just
I think so.
echoed and just kind of gone throughout this whole tunnel system somehow.
I think it's a safe bet, guys. I think Phil's mate, little, partner
Lil?
in crime. Yeah, Lil Collie. We have to rescue. him or her.
Rugrats, Phil and Lil.
Yeah.
Yes.
Shall we get our weapons at the ready and march swiftly in the direction of the stream and what we hope is the howl.
Onwards.
Oh, so you took the howl as like an innocent creature in need of our help.
Oh yeah, that's true. I did. I could be wrong.
Oh, I was thinking.
We'll find out when you get there. If it has more than 4 legs, if it has beaks or tentacles, then we'll add some more blood to this stream. And as we know from adventures past, if a creature is capable of bleeding, we know what happens.
Let's do it.
Night vision on.
Fuck you.
After we've got sunglasses or a practice, we'll work on some special goggles that do the opposite and actually make it so more light goes into your eyes and make a cool switching on sound.
Okay. Are you following the stream and this little kind of trickle of blood that's mixing in with the sewer water?
Yeah.
I'm standing at the back.
Duly noted. Yeah, let's get a marching order as we're kind of all walking along these kind of narrow pathways. Who would like to take the lead?
I'm happy to go first.
Okay, Oran, followed by.
As is tradition, do I usually follow just behind him, arrow at the ready?
I don't know. It's been a while since we played, so maybe.
I think we're accustomed to this. We'll know when things really get real because Finn's mage armor will come out.
Yeah,
That's right.
I'll go third.
Okay. So you guys start to draw your weapons and start to follow this kind of weird little trickle of blood that's mixing in with the water. It kind of goes on for a bit, and then it kind of forks again, where different parts of the residence and the sewer system is connecting, but it seems to be obviously coming like from the right-hand side. So you follow it down to the right, and it goes a little bit longer, and then it kind of splits into like a T-junction, but it's coming from the left, so you follow it through to the left.
So glad I've been putting these arrows as we go, guys.
Yeah. Again, the occasional just beams of light just jutting down where there are kind of gaps and grates in above ground which lead through into the sewers. As you start to wander a little bit further, not too far though, only these kind of twists and turns are only every so like 50 feet or so. You do kind of stop and you can see that beyond it seems to open up. It seems to be like a big kind of... You can imagine this is where they first started. They made a big open area where people and workers could come down, and then they started to create the sewer system. So there's like a nice big cross where all the water can go and start to run off, and lots of kind of open area. These pathways along each side of the sewer have opened up to these nice big areas where you could assume that workers originally came down to make this. As you get a little bit closer to this, it starts to echo and starts to resonate through. You can hear like snarling and like chomping, very much like just like kind of ripping of meat.
This is just up ahead from us, right?
Yes, this is what you can hear it coming from ahead where this sewer system opens up.
Can I roll a perception, or will that make a difference?
No, you could probably roll a perception.
16.
16. You can hear like the telltale signs of something big with like a big, powerful jaw chomping onto things and crunching of bones and like a small, like someone just going absolutely crazy on like a turkey leg. But you can also hear there's a couple of other kind of jitters and kind of gnarls and kind of the chomping and grinding and scratching of other kind of things trying to eat stuff. You can imagine there's not one creature, maybe several.
I lean forward and tap Oren on the shoulder and whisper, "Here's the other Kipper," and just hand it to him.
And I just whisper back, "Why were you holding on to it? Why are you giving me this now?"
And I just retreat and go, "Shh."
Okay, I put it in my pocket. Are we in the open area, or are we still in like an outlet just off from it? We're still hidden, right?
Yeah, you're in one of the kind of runoffs of this kind of main area.
and we can't really see into it. All we can just hear this.
You can just hear the chomping and the snarling.
Is that because there's no light source in there, or is that just because of the shape?
There are like gaps and grates on the top on the street, which obviously are creating like juts of light.
Shall we see if we can creep towards the aperture and have a look into the clearing?
I am notoriously not stealthy, so I think someone else should do this.
Have I got room to sidle past you and have a little peep out?
I'll breathe in.
Right.
Okay, yeah. Roll a stealth for me.
On my way. Oh, fuck me dead. Right, 10 plus... stealth. 16.
Oof.
Not as bad as I was immediately fearing there.
Not bad. You kind of sidle past everybody who was in front of you, and then you start to slowly make your way down this pipe, and you get to it where it opens up. It's a large square area, like a big cross section of the river, or the kind of this stream they've made. And then, like I said, there's a kind of it opens up. And there's a couple of telltale like ladders and systems to get back up to the town. You see 4 creatures. They look like a weird kind of dog hyena mix. However, they're not on all 4s. They're on 2 legs, and they're kind of hunched over, and they're all kind of just ripping and just eating stuff. They're all gathered around in a little circle, and you can see there's like rags and like dead animals and bones and stuff, and none of them have spotted you, luckily, but they're all just kind of eating it, and one of them tries to get one of the other ones' food that they're currently holding, and it barks at it, and they're just kind of going to town.
Right, do I have any chance of using any knowledge I have to know what these creatures would be? Is that something I might know?
Yeah, roll a history for me.
Okay. 9 plus 3, so 12.
12. You could imagine they're not like the giant burly wolves that you encountered. They're not like the wolves and the warg that you encountered. However, they do seem to have some kind of like dog-like creature, but however bipedal, probably smarter, probably more intelligent. You could imagine they're not werewolves because it's the middle of the day, but they're kind of like human, but they're animals. It's weird. You're not sure.
I like them, nevertheless, but
Why don't you make them your pet?
yeah. Well, we'll see once we've got rid of the boss. But before we do that, am I still within sight of the others? Would they see if I made hand gestures, or would I have to creep back to them?
No, you'd be able to make some hand gestures to them.
Okay, so I make some hand gestures to you that indicate there are 4 bitey sort of dog creatures, and they look very mean. So I'm telling you what's up ahead here, and then what do you guys want to do? Obviously, you guys can talk about it. I can try and creep a little further in to give you the space.
Well, we could take the approach that we did with the former place, where if we all attack at once and get the surprise, we could just kill them in one go and really piss off the DM.
Yeah. I feel like you may have thought of this. Can I, before we do anything, can I have a quick glance up and see how stable that roof looks?
Yeah, this is a well-built sewer system. This roof would not topple.
Also, guys, I don't think we want to bring down the entire village just to like kill a couple of creatures.
I don't know. Reckless impulse.
Can we throw the kippers in? Lure them out. Or is that a waste of precious kippers?
I don't know, he needs to do damage if he wants that 2 gold.
I need at least one of these kippers. I'm willing to sacrifice 1 kipper.
1 kipper. Ugh.
Shall I move out of your way and then try and get to another position so you guys can sneak to the aperture and then try and position ourselves for a fight?
Well, before you leave, is there, like, did you notice any places that we can sneak out of this kind of tunnel, this side tunnel, and still be in the room?
Well, I understand. I've snuck to the end where I can give you, and they're how far away from me are they, DM?
They're about 20-25 foot away.
So they're kind of across the opening from where I am. So you'll have a little bit of distance, and then there are some ladders that head up to upper sections as we, towards the surface again. As well, so it looks like we've got a bit of open space in here. It depends. Do you guys want to fight these things in a tight corridor, or do you want to fight them? I don't know. I'm signing all this to you. I don't know. I feel like space might be to our advantage here, so we don't get pinned. But it's up to you.
Well, if we can get somewhere closer inside that has a place where we can hide, or at least stay out of sight within the actual main chamber itself, then we could more easily get the drop on them.
In that case, then, if you guys are going to try and move in to get the drop, I will try and move a little bit further away and get up one of those ladders. Because that way, if they hear anyone, not naming any names, clatter in their armour as they come towards the thing, at least I'll still be hidden to try and get them in the back.
Yeah. I mean, obviously, I've got no idea who you're talking about, but that sounds like a good plan.
It could be anyone. Anyone can clatter about in armor.
What's the general consensus, guys, with everyone who's left? I mean, I've got a bloodlust. I want to fight these guys.
I'm ready.
Yeah,
So-
we'll just follow your lead then, I guess.
But do we want to do some ranged attacks first, maybe, and or do we want to try and creep close
I
before
could
opening up?
I could initiate it with Shatter.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got ranged spells. I think we've all got ranged spells, so we could.
Yeah.
I mean, we've currently got advantage as well, so could we all just press the advantage with an attack and go for it?
Right, let's get up. I'm going to move out of your way and try and move to the ladders as you guys come up the corridor then.
Scamos,
Yes.
as you are signing and gesturing and speaking about this in hushed tones, you notice the biting and the chewing and the chomping has stopped.
Oh dear.
There's a different noise now. There's the kind of.
Oh no, they can smell my kippers.
Ay, ay, ay.
Yes, they can. They smell kippers.
Should have thrown
turn
him in.
and look back into that large, main chamber. They have all turned and they are all looking towards you guys. They start to kind of slowly, prowling, start to circle and start to slowly get towards you guys. They're biting their and you can see one of them is holding just a hunk of flesh, ripped, torn, bloody, with a little bit of white fur on it.
No!
Yes.
I am cursed with cats.
I've seen the death of another.
These gnolls are charging towards you guys. Everybody's got to roll initiative. Here we go.
16.
Oh, 20.
16 for Urafrax, 20 for Scamos.
Please don't that be the best roll I have in this combat.
Yeah.
16 for me.
16 for Oran as well. Finn?
19 for me.
Bloody hell.
19. Excellent. Okay. So, these crazy demonic-like wolves, these weird hyena things, start charging towards you, these gnoll creatures. They're biting and just kind of absolutely going for you. However, Scamos, you are first to act.
Right, so, movement-wise, I'm going to come away from the... I'm going to take a few steps away from the opening that I've come through, so I'm not going to be in the way of anyone else piling out in a second.
Okay, that would mean you'd have to kind of go forward towards them into the chamber.
Oh, I thought it was a circular majigger. I'm just trying to take a little side. But if I have to go towards them...
Hey, it would be in and then in a little bit. And then. Yeah.
Sure, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come out of the way of the aperture so the guys have got their room to charge out here. So I'll take a few steps there, and then in an advantageous position, the one that is lunging the closest to us is going to get a tasty arrow.
Okay. Roll that attack for that arrow.
Will do. So 14 plus short bow is 4, so 18.
18, that hits. This
And
arrow
then-
just shoo.
1d6 plus 2.
That'll be it.
Oh, 8 then. Woo.
Excellent. Scamos lets loose an arrow, it just goes soaring through, just sticks right into this first Noel's shoulder, and it kind of wrenches back. Okay, everyone else is still kind of Scooby-Dooing it in this tunnel,
Yeah.
one after the other.
Sorry, DM, I'm not one to waste my cunning action. Can I also, having shot the arrow, can I use my cunning action to dash backwards further towards the ladders, perhaps?
Yeah, of course you can.
Put a bit of distance on me, and then I'm going to try and get up those ladders. But tell me how far I get.
You've still got your quite a bit of movement if you're doing a cunning action dash, so you could pretty much circle all the way around to this main chamber to get to one of these ladders.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
There seems to be 2 of them.
So
this
I will
kind
go
of-
to the most easily accessible ladder, and then I imagine I'm at the point of where I can start scrambling up it next time.
Alrighty. Finn Ironleaf, you are up.
Cool. So, I think I'm going to use my newly acquired light crossbow.
Oh yeah, you did find a light crossbow.
So, do I have to roll to see if it hits to begin with?
Yes, so it should be with your armor, with your attacks and stuff, a light crossbow.
So attack bonus is +2, but the damage type is 1d8p, whatever that
Yes,
means.
so that would be, so you're going to roll the d20 and +2, and then if it hits, you're doing piercing damage.
So it's an 8 +2, 10, so middle of the road.
Unfortunately, that misses. You raise this brand new crossbow, and you thought you cocked it properly, but you just pull it and just kind of, the arrow and the bolt just kind of juts out a little bit and just immediately takes a dive bomb straight into the muddy water.
I just
Floats down the stream.
shout out in anger, cheap piece of shit, and I just throw it on the floor.
Just chuck it down. Genius. All right, Oran Hammerhand.
How far away are these guys?
They're probably about 20-25 foot from you. This is quite a large, like 50-foot radius chamber, and they're kind of in the middle, just against the water, like this kind of big cross junction.
Okay, so my leveled spells, I can do 2 of those before I rest, right?
Yes, so you have 2 spell slots, so you can do 2 spells before you rest. So you could do Shocking Grasp again, because you just use the spell's slots for regardless of what spell it is, or you could do your other spell.
Yeah. Well, Shocking Grasp is a cantrip, so that's okay. I can do that anytime.
That's right. Shocking Grasp is a cantrip.
But okay, right. So I think I'm gonna fire in a Firebolt, which is also a cantrip. So I'm gonna send that along to them.
All right.
I can't remember. Is this the one that has 3, or is that's Magic Missile, right? Yeah, that's.
Yeah, so your
Never mind.
Firebolt will be, you'll roll to see if it hits, and then you've got a d10 damage.
Okay. God, only 8.
Only 8. So you ready up this new spell that you've never tried yet. You kind of do a huge kind of baseball-like swing with your hammer, and as you swing, this kind of mote of fire just shoots out the end of it. Almost like one of those dog catchy tennis ball thrower devices. But it just soars across and just slams into the stone wall behind it.
Damn.
Uraprax, you're up.
use my shatter on the creatures.
Okay. I believe Shatter has a huge radius. Let's double check.
60 foot. So you're going to impact ourselves if I use that?
So you can hit it, you can throw it up to 60 foot, but you center it at a point and everything in a 10-foot radius of that.
Boom. I'm going to do that.
So you could throw it at the 3 gnolls that haven't moved yet.
Yes, please.
It's just the one that is engaged with Scamos wouldn't get hit.
Okay. 12.
Actually, no, I need to roll for this one because I've got to do a Constitution saving throw for this Shatter.
There we go.
Alright. Wow, okay. A 1, a 4, and a 7. So that spell hits this huge, thunderous boom, just echoes through the whole sewer system. Just bits of rubble and dust start to fall from the top bits and just start to just gently waft down and kind of mix in with the dirty waters. That is
across town, toilets explode.
Yeah, all the water shoots up the toilets like in the cartoons. So those 3 of those gnolls have to take 3 8-sided dice damage, 3d8 thunder damage.
First roll is an 8.
8.
Second roll is a 5. Final roll is a 2. 15?
15. Jesus.
Yeah. And I'd like to do a bonus action of Bardic Inspiration and use that on Scamos, please.
Excellent. How do you inspire Scamos?
I turn round to him and I give him the good old sign language.
Yeah, you doing like up, down, left, right, cross, cross, cross?
I've got it. I immediately understand and am very inspired.
And all of our listeners at home, just imagine that was great.
And you'll still be wrong.
It was like if someone was trying to do the whole flag Morse code, but never had seen anyone do the flag Morse code in their entire life. Okay, so Scamos, you get a D6, I believe, of inspiration, which you can use to add to any of your rolls or skills.
Yeah, that may come in handy.
Alright. It is the gnoll's turn. The first gnoll is going to charge up and try and attack Scamos as he is kind of scuttling over to the sewer ladder. He's going to... Oh yeah, he's going to bite you. Oh, excellent. Does a 16 hit you, Scamos?
It does.
Excellent. This gnoll just absolutely goes straight for the ankle and its jaw just clamps down, taking 4 points of damage.
4 points of damage. Wonderful.
A second gnoll, seeing that you are weak and vulnerable, will also start charging towards you. And he's going to kind of also try and go for your legs as well. He's going to get advantage because him and his buddy are fighting you both at the same time. And he gets you with a natural 20.
Ooh.
Not good.
This second gnoll just absolutely goes, leaps at you, like letting out this crazy, wild howl, and it clamps down and gets you right on the neck, taking 8 points of damage as this thing kind of punctures your skin right on your collarbone.
You kick.
A third gnoll will start charging towards the guys in the tunnel. In terms of pecking order, it was Oran first, and then it was Scamos, but he's run away, so Uraprax is the next one in that tunnel.
Aye, aye.
Only rolling an 8 though. This gnoll comes charging towards you, but you just kind of bat it and dodge away. You leap across the river, or the little stream, onto the other side. And the third and final gnoll, the fourth and final gnoll, will go for Oran. Rolling a 16, does that hit you?
18.
18. You just put your arm up, it bites down onto your bracer, but it just can't puncture through that steel. Alright. We are back up to Scamos Nowhere. You have two gnolls, one of them biting down on your ankle and the other is going right for the neck, right for the jugular.
Yum, yum, yum. Well, this is quite a sticky situation, isn't it? Right, so, quick point of order. So, does my movement, attack, and cunning action, do they occur in the same... Do they occur in that exact order, or can I use my cunning action first, should I wish?
No, you could do your like bonus action to disengage first, and then you could run, and then you could attack technically.
Right. Guess what I'm about to do.
The thing I just said?
Yeah, exactly. So I'm going to use my cunning action to... And that's a safe disengage, right? That doesn't mean they get a pop on me, right?
Your cunning action could be a bonus action to disengage.
Right, I'm going to use my cunning action to disengage there, because I don't really want two gnolls biting me at this very moment.
You just kind of pull yourself with all your might against the ladder, and you kind of clang into it with just like a metal thud, but you manage to rip them both off of your ankle and your shoulder.
Wonderful. And now I'm going to put as much distance as myself as I possibly can up this ladder.
This ladder is not that high. It only goes up to about maybe like 5 foot.
Okay, and what's above me there? Is that just more platforms?
No, that would be the kind of manhole cover.
Ah. Now, I'm not sure I actually want to take this brawl onto the streets. Just bursting out of the sewer.
Yeah, everybody run!
Gnolls!
Gnolls, everyone run!
Gnolls in the dungeon!
No!
I mean, I say I don't want to do that, but do I want to do that? No one wants that. So I've disengaged. Let's put enough distance as we can. So let's So I've clanged into the ladder. I'm on it. I assumed it was going to be higher, unfortunately. So fine. Let's leap over them, back down, and then run to try and get some distance and be within a closer supporting range of the guys.
So you're kind of running back towards the other guys, yeah?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Do you need me to roll for acrobatics for this leap?
Oh, I wasn't going to, but seeing as you brought it up, go on then.
I mean, why not do this dramatically, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, acrobatics.
Oh, it's a nice spin on this dice. So I rolled a 14 and then I have a 4 on acrobatics.
Excellent. You ninja over these, you leap and you literally push off on one of their heads, tuck and roll, and you're kind of out of their reach.
Whew. And then, have I got any movement, or is that as far as I can go?
No, you like you said, you wanted to get as far away as you could, so you've used all your speed to kind of get out of their range and back towards Oran and Uraprax and Finn.
Right, so then aiming for my last action, then for my attack, so what can I see? So there's the two that I've left by and then the other two, are they...
There is currently one trying to bite down on Oran, and there is one that is also trying and bite Uraprax.
So if these ones are attacking those guys, do I get sneak attack if I shoot them in the back? Because they're not engaged with me. That isn't me being a chance, that's me not being sure of the rules, just to be clear.
It would be... You'd have to be flanking to get a sneak attack, so you'd have to still have movement and be able to get alongside them. They are in shooting range, however they are not adjacent to you.
That is okay. In that case, I will not have a sneak attack, but I will shoot the one that is biting, let's say, Oren.
Okay.
See if I can do some damage to it.
Roll for an attack.
Unlock phone. 18, 19, 20, 22.
22, that definitely hits. Roll some damage.
D6 plus 2. That'd be 4 damage then.
4 damage. This thing yelps as this arrow goes right into its side of its neck. It is looking very bad, but it's still up. Oran, Hammerhand.
Okay.
This slobbery jaw is just biting and biting at you, and you're holding it back, but it's just still trying to chomp and chomp and chomp. It yelps out as an arrow goes flying into the side of its neck, but it's still going for you.
Well, I'm going to try Shocking Grasp again then, since I've already got them in my hands.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh, man, I'm rolling so badly. 6!
6. You kind of, again, like a magical electrical energy starts to course through your palm of your hand, and you just slam it into the chest of this this gnoll. This electric shoots through it, and the arrow that just went into its neck just and pops out and goes flying across the room. But unfortunately, no, it didn't hit. Let's have a quick look. See, Shocking Grasp. Yes. Okay. Unfortunately, that's it.
Can I just do an action surge?
Oh, of course you can do an action surge and attack again. Yes.
I didn't think about it, but I'll try it. I'm still holding the guy, so I'm just going to try the same attack again, if that's all right.
You get a Shocking Grasp again. Go for it.
I really want to nail a Shocking Grasp. 14.
Just misses.
No way.
You literally grab it on the snout and you're like, Shocking Grasp, you son of a bitch. And all of the hair on the back of its kind of neck and its ears just go up. But again, no effect. Okay, Uraprax.
I would like to jump across the little river thing and attack the one that's trying to get me with my rapier.
Go for it.
I got a 20.
Oh, that hits. A natural 20 or unnatural 20?
No, it was a 16 and 4.
Hey,
16. Alright. Unnatural 20, nice. Do some damage.
8 plus 2 makes 10.
Oh, that null goes down.
That's how you do it, alright.
Just stab it. Fill this null with holes. It lets out a yelp and just falls flat on its ass.
Nice.
One down.
One down. However, it is the other Null's turn. The two that were currently engaged with Scamos, and then he ran away, they will chase after you, biting at you again. The first one only rolled a 13. Does that hit you?
Exactly does. Yep.
Oh, it does. So another 4 points of damage as it goes for the same fucking ankle because it's a little shit.
Jeez Louise. Things are not looking tight,
You
guys.
start to feel like the hot kind of trickle of blood like start to pool in your shoe. The second one goes for you again. Oh, 16.
Yeah, that hits me.
Another 4. This one goes for your shoulder again. They are just... It worked before and they are doing it again. They're going for your ankle. They're going for your neck. You now have two Gnolls just absolutely clamping down on you.
Just an FYI for everyone out there. I am on 1.
Oh, gosh.
Shit. The fourth Gnoll will attack Oran because he is trying to electrocute him. So you're just trying to Shocking Grasp your Shopping Grass. This is biting at you. Only roll a 14 though. 14 doesn't hit you, right?
It's not.
Again, it is just biting, but your armored gloves and your braces and the pauldrons, you know, it's just bouncing off. You can hear as it's biting and biting. You can hear like the breaking of its teeth, where it's just absolutely going hog wild trying to get at you. However, we are back up to Scamos.
Ah, well, not feeling so hot as I am right now.
We've got healing potions, remember?
I was about to say, yeah. I maybe. So, DM, where does? At what point do I use that? Is that my movement action, or does that count as my attack action if I want to chug a potion?
For my games, I would allow that to be a like a minor action of your go. So you could move, you could attack, and then you could quickly like reach into your pocket and chug a potion.
Right. So I can move, I can attack, and I can do that as like a quick action. You're saying, great. In that case, then, shall we? Sorry, Knolls are coming down here than myself. What do you want? Right. While I think about that, this this one obviously wants letting outside, so
Your
I shall
pet
leave
knoll
you in
that you actually
suspense for
have.
a moment. Yeah, here he is.
Oh, sound effects and everything.
Yeah. Okay. While Scamos is sorting out his pet knoll that he has, we'll skip across over to Finn.
There we go. Went over there to let them out. Door's already open. Don't know why they came to bother me about it. So, I have these two coming on here. So, I guess at this point, like if I disengage, they're just going to chase after me again. So there's probably not too much merit in that, right? So, as they're not physically holding me, I will try and move ever so slightly just to get the optimum position to shoot. As I'm backing away, I will neck a healing potion as my minor action.
Okay, so you would use your bonus action to either disengage or to drink the potion.
So, what I'll do is I'll stay engaged with them. I'm just saying I'll neck a potion as I just position myself to attack. But I'll still stay engaged with them.
So roll 2d4 and plus 2.
So D4 is the little triangle one, right?
Yeah, the little pyramid.
So a 4 and a 3.
So 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks to the excellent brewing and crafting of your friend Finn, you regain 9 points of hit. 9 points.
Yep. Just back into double figures, thank goodness. And then for my attack there, then, so obviously there are the 2. I'm gonna take another shot with the short bow at the knoll, or at this range. Is it better to use my rapier? They're close still, aren't they?
If you were to attack with a ranged weapon this close, it would be with a disadvantage.
Yeah, in that case, I will attack with a rapier, which has better damage anyway. So
right, go for it.
Yeah, I will attack with my rapier. I'm gonna. I can see the one that's got an arrow sticking out of it, right?
Yes.
I want that one to do as much as I can damage-wise to the one that's already injured.
Alright, go for it.
Okay. So that is a 15 and
15 just hits.
Plus 4, sorry, that was before.
Alright, 19, yeah, that hits.
19 and then 1d8 plus 2, and the d8 is the... I don't know the name of that shape. Ah!
Oh no, the nose are everywhere!
That is a 7 plus 2, and I'm going to let this one upstairs, so that is a 9. Be right
9.
back.
With that 9, that knoll goes down.
Oh, it'd be funny if at that point the dog went, "Arr!"
Yeah, that knoll falls down. There are still 2 left. There is still one trying to bite Oran, and there is one still with Scamos. However, it is Oran's go.
Finn's go.
Oh, I apologise. Yeah, it is Finn's go. Sorry.
Cool.
Noel's fed is the ones I wasn't feeding but was stabbing with a rapier. What was his fate?
He died.
Oh! Well, sorry for his loss.
I will go for a chromatic orb towards. Do you say the ones near Scamos still?
There is still one engaged with Scamos. He has killed the second one that was engaged with him, and there is one that's currently engaged with Oran.
Yeah, got you. Yeah, chromatic orb aimed at the one near Scamos.
Alrighty, roll that attack.
Possible. Okay. So 17.
17, that definitely hits. Roll that damage.
Cool. So damage is just a plus 20. Is it on that one?
Your damage for the chromatic orb is 3d8.
Ah, right. Okay.
And you get to choose what it is: thunder, ice, lightning, poison.
So there's
fancy.
A fire. Did you say?
There is a fire. Yeah, any of the elements.
Okay. So D8. That's the diamondy looking one. Can you see that?
Yeah, that'd be the one.
That's the one. So 4, 8, and 4. So do I add them up, or did you say pick one of them, or?
No, that's added all together. It's 16 points of damage.
Ah, excellent.
So Finn creates this like little ball of energy in his hands. It starts shifting. So first it's like red hot, then it's like a bluey, icy, then it goes like a sickly green, and he decides he's going to put it onto fire mode. Decides to set it to fire attack, and he just hucks this ball of energy. Just goes colliding, smacking this knoll in the face, which immediately just incinerates and bursts into flames and falls to the ground dead. Alright.
Great success.
Anything else you'd like to do in your go?
Great success.
What else can I do? Just move, basically, is it?
It'd just be movement at this moment, or drink a healing potion as well if you needed to.
I think I'll be okay for now. So just carrying on.
And
there, I
then
guess.
roll a d20 for me as the wild magic surges within you.
9.
9, you're fine. It's all good.
Good.
Okay, Oran. There is one knoll and it is biting down on you.
Finish him.
I really want to. I haven't connected any hits yet, so this has been terrible.
Shocking
terrible.
grasp.
Do it.
Doing all their spells.
No, I'm not going to do a shocking grasp. I've given up on that. I want to do something kind of spectacular. So another spell that I haven't used. I want to do Thunder Wave on this one unsuspecting guy who's bitten down on me.
Excellent.
So
That will be a roll from me.
oh yeah, and it's a Constitution 12 saving throw. it says.
Constitution save. Yeah, excellent. So you get your hammer, you swing it up really high and just slam it down into the ground. This thunderous electrical boom just emanates from you. The knoll, let's find out, does grin and bear it and takes the hit. However, he's only going to take half of the damage. So I believe it is 2d8, and then I'll take that number and half it.
Okay.
Yep, so roll 2d8 for me.
2 and 7. So 9.
9, and then half of that rounded down is 4. And he only had 3 hit points left.
Oh, nice.
You're trying to electrocute this thing and it misses. You're trying to electrocute this thing and it misses. Like, right, fuck this. You just shoot this electrical surge at the ground and it just emanates this beam around you. The knoll lets out a final, like, borrow and just flies backwards. Just slams into this wall and just slowly slides down.
Thank goodness for that.
All right.
Well, guys. That was quite the disaster.
I don't know, the gnolls are all dead, we're still alive. My slight regret that I drank a healing potion when I could have just clung on at the very end of life, but, you know, we couldn't have known how that was going to go.
Yeah, preach.
No, we could not.
Should we... I'm pretty sure I glimpsed one of them eating something that had fur in it. Shall we go and check for spoils to see?
Yeah, let's loot their den and look for a collar.
Confirm what we don't want to confirm.
Alrighty.
I also, Oren, believed that in that last moment you were going to use your kipper to do something spectacular, but
Oh, I missed a chance there, didn't I?
you missed that chance.
Luckily, this is a rolling bet, so when you've completely all forgotten about the existence of Kippers,
It's going to come back.
I'm going to whip them out.
Going to wait till I'm skint. And then be like, ha 2 gold pieces.
Hey up here.
Damn.
Alright. Searching through these knolls, they don't seem to have much on them. You've only seemed to find about 15 copper pieces. And one of the knolls has just a random pocket full of these dried mushrooms.
15 copper pieces, that's enough for a window.
That's enough for 2 windows. It's hard to tell because it has been
Lixel, go lie down.
very heavily chewed.
Lie down.
But there is some kind of animal with very white, snowy fur, which is, you could imagine, would have been cat-sized when it was not eaten, when it was whole.
Would the cat have had a collar, do we think?
Yeah, she was quite a wealthy lady, with enough rummaging around through the weird rags and cloths that these gnolls seem to have accumulated in their weird kind of makeshift bed-like nest things. You find a very well-chewed, like pinkish, leathery collar.
Rice.
I pick up the collar and just check the name on it.
It does have a little name tag that says Rice.
Okay, so we'll obviously take this back with us. We tried our best, guys.
Break the bad news.
Yeah.
But, you know, the culprits, as I promised, would be punished.
Damn. We could.
Can we climb up through a toilet?
This whole adventure can't be completely in vain. We have to climb through at least one toilet.
And it should be easier to climb up now they've all been exploded with the shatter, right?
Yeah.
And my thunderwave as well.
Yeah.
That couldn't have been good for the plumbing, let's be honest.
Yeah, those two spells and all the other like electric that was flying around you have got quite a nice smattering of dirt and still water on you all.
Who's going to deliver the bad news to the lady? To Rada.
I mean, she seemed to take to Finn.
I say we go up this manhole cover, come out onto the street, like just covered in shit. There's like smoke probably with all the spells and stuff we've been using down there. There's probably people stood around there going to look at us like we're madmen from the sewers.
Can we throw a gnoll corpse out first so we can come out and like dust the house? Don't go down there.
Yes. Let's do it.
We have to say, do not go in there.
Yeah. Let's do that.
All right.
And then make our way over to the house.
Okay, so you manage to lift up this manhole cover, fling one of these gnoll corpses. You hear a couple of gasps, and as you climb up and through, you do your "don't go in there" punchline, and some of these villagers kind of look at you and like, okay, what the hell's going on? Like, what the fuck?
I boot the gnoll back into the hole and close the manhole cover after we've left. Nice.
Alrighty.
And then we venture over to Rada's house, yeah?
Can do.
Yeah. Collar in hand.
Let's go collar her.
I mean, don't lead with opening that up. Maybe we should try and break it to her gently. She is quite old.
Yeah.
I think Scamos, you might maybe wrap this up in a nicer way than what I'm capable of.
Just before we knock on the door, though, can I just waft my kippers to see if Phil comes along? Because we could soften the blow by giving her Phil as a replacement for Rice.
Wow.
See.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm wafting my kippers. He must be around here somewhere.
Roll an animal handling for me with advantage.
7. Oh, eight. 8 is all I've got. 8's the best I can do.
Okay, you do your like incense in the chapel kipper waft thing. Oh, where are you, Phil? No, Phil.
Phil. Even though I rolled poorly, I'm still disappointed in Phil for that.
Yeah, damn it, Phil, it's your fault.
I feel like Phil set us up.
Alright, we better knock on our door, I guess.
Yeah, so I give the door a... I was almost going to give it a jolly rat-a-tat-tat then, shaving a haircut, but that's probably not appropriate, so I just give it a somber knock-knock.
Okay. Takes a little while for her to get out of her chair and kind of wobble over to the door.
I look around, no one's wearing a hat, right? If so, take it off and just hold it. Yeah.
Well, one of you has a crown gifted to you by the
put your
dryad.
put your hat up there.
Oh no! It's bad news after
2d6 damage.
So
your cat's dead. I've broken my head though.
So you say Rada opens the door.
Yep, she slowly just pops her little head out again, her huge ass bun curiously just wobbling on the top of her head.
Miss Rada, yes, it is us again. We come
Did you
with
find rice?
yes, and
Oh,
the good
where is
news
he?
that there is that please wait just a moment, Miss Rada. The good news I can tell you is that he's not in any pain. Unfortunately, some creatures in the sewer, some gnolls, had been taking many of the animals from around the town by the looks of things, and unfortunately, Rice appears to have passed. And then at that point, I produce the collar and I offer it to her with both hands, head bowed, for her to take.
A little single tear goes across her little wrinkly cheek.
She's, oh no! Oh, my poor little rice.
She kind of takes the collar.
Oh, thank you anyway.
No, we are very sorry for your loss, but if it's any consolation, no more pets will be lost to these gnolls. We have removed them from the sewers, so all of any cats that you may have in the future, I mean, do keep them inside unless they are outdoor cats in the first place. I cannot stress that enough. And ask make sure your grandson is careful with leaving the doors open when he goes out for supplies. You can't be too careful in this world, but at least we know now that that Rice is in a better place.
Okay.
It's Phil! It's Phil!
Back. I sort of bow my head and hand the collar over to Rada.
Yeah, she takes it, and she's you can say she's very upset. You know, like part of her maybe knew that her cat had died, but she was like just clinging on to that little bit of hope that maybe it's just lost. She's like,
Oh, well, here.
and she kind of disappears for a second as she goes back into her house out of the door, and she comes back with a plate of cookies.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we'll gladly take a cookie. I mean, have we had a chance to wash our hands yet?
No, of course not.
I mean, we were promised 2 gold pieces. I can't stress enough that that was the reward that was promised.
Do you say that?
I mean, we upgraded to health potions from the other guy, so we actually got more out of that mission than was planned. Whereas this one,
You didn't have to do these jobs.
I mean, I'm whispering this to Oren.
Well, you want to hear a really funny story? My crazy theory was that the cat was in her hair all along. That was probably wrong.
Right.
Do you think that's where she's kept the gold?
It could be.
Okay.
Maybe
This
she can teach
conversation
one
is
of
just
us
happening
to
between me and.
Maybe she can teach one of us to make cookies. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't care to have wash my hands.
I take a cookie.
having coffee.
I take a big mouthful, and then I turn to her and I say, "These cookies are solid gold."
Oh, thank you.
Nice.
Uraprax, as you bite into this cookie and eat this cookie, you get 3 health points back.
I thought you were going to say poisoned.
Yeah.
That's fine. I didn't take any damage.
I could do with some
Thank
magic
you.
cookies.
Yeah, I could do with a cookie.
You guys eating your cookies?
We're all.
Yeah, like I'm not doing all that and not eating my cookie.
I want to stuff
Okay.
as many cookies as possible.
Everybody roll a d4 and you get that many hit points back from these lovely homemade cookies.
Oh yes, 4.
3.
I think that's the first battle where I haven't lost any damage.
I know, right?
Feels
Don't worry, I'll make a note. Hit Uraprax more.
Well,
Well, rather, those cookies were absolutely divine. As I say, solid gold. I mean, it can never be 2 gold for eating. 2 gold. 2 gold. No, okay. Back to Hendrix.
It was the 2 gold if you brought her cat back, which you did not.
Didn't specify which part.
Oh, we should have.
Oh wow!
Should have gutted that null, but never mind. Let's good job, guys. We've
Show her the white fur clump.
Well, did you bag that as well?
Yeah, we took that.
Here's your bloody cat, you ungrateful bit. Throwing a random slab of meat at her.
Okay.
With that, she retires back into our house.
Oh, I guess should we head back to the pub for some dinner? Do we have to roll to make sure none of us have spoiled her appetite by eating these biscuits?
No, these biscuits were absolutely delicious.
As long as I still want my tea when I get back.
Yeah, no, you're still craving it.
Okay. Back to Hendrix's.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay. You guys, the walk back to Hendrik and the winged horse is uneventful. You can start to see it though now. You can start to see people are leaving their houses. People are going about their days, feeling a bit safer. Just a couple smattering of random people that you've never met yet, but you can imagine they are either residents or people from other towns starting to make their way back into the city. And you guys get back to Hendrik and the winged horse. A nice hearty dinner, like a nice kind of beefy stew with some potatoes. And you guys are all sitting down chatting, discussing whether or not she will get another cat. When the tavern door swings open and a man steps in. He seems quite young, probably late 20s. Quite long hair, but it's all kind of slicked back, almost into like a tight ponytail. He is completely naked. Not a single piece of clothing on him. He's standing in the doorway of the winged horse. He's still got his hand on the door itself as he's pushed it open. He seems to be standing quite upright and seems to have a bit of a kind of suave and demeanour to himself, apart from the fact he's completely naked. But he's kind of looks a little bit crazy in the eyes. Eyes quite wide, darting about. Kind of locks eyes with you guys as you kind of half have a potato in your mouth or half eating your stew. Doesn't bother covering up. He doesn't seem to be fussed about that bit. Just looks at you guys and he's like, "Hi."
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Monsters and Madness. If you'd like to find out more about myself, you can find me on Instagram @LouisHay, where I post a bunch of different silly sketches and doodles. If you'd like to find out more about John, you can find him on his Twitter @JohnCrinnan, or his website johncrinnan.com, where you'll find all the links to his stories and his other podcasts. You can find Carl on his Twitter @CarlHughes, or you can visit hawkandcleaver.com to learn more about how they help fresh and upcoming podcasters. To find Daniel, you can find him on his Twitter @WilcoxAuthor, or visit danielwilcox.com to learn more about his books and his special boot camp to help new authors. You can find Andy CT on his Twitter @AndyCTWrites, or visit theotherstories.net to hear some of his horrifically twisted creations. The Monsters and Madness theme tune was created by Timo Henderson. You can check out his website, timohenderson.com, to see what kind of awesome music he can create, especially for you and your next project. And lastly, our background music was produced by Daniel Birch and downloaded from freemusicarchive.org. Visit his website, danielbirchmusic.com, to see what other music he has available. Thank you so much for listening, guys. We really hope you enjoyed the podcast, and we'll see you soon.